Going, resuming the countdown, playing the music. 9 minutes, 50 seconds. Claim you're live. Check on Twitch or something. Let's double check what's going through and all that good stuff. Ooh, you know what? I can switch over to set up the camera, which is done before. Well, I'll set it up as we go in. I was gonna say, I'm actually getting pretty good at it, so it's good. Sorry about that. Nope. Sorry, I'd done it on the other page, but not this one. Now you're good.
All right, we're good now?
You are good.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, and today we return to the Samurai Sigil. Danger Mouse, the gold is going to be an issue for today, but it should be fixed tomorrow. I am in a different place, so that won't be a problem. Moldark will remember where your gold is in a bit, but yeah. So let's dive into what we're doing. GG Bever cameras every time, guys. What a best is it? We have never fucked up a camera once in our lives, so yeah, there's that. But I have with me some other folks to play the Samurai Sigil. How is it going, Mike? How you doing?
It's going pretty good. I did nothing all day, which was pretty great, and now I'm here to play some Dungeons and or Dragons. So it should be a good ass time.
Wonderful. And we also have Tool School with us. How's it going, Tool School?
Hey, doing good. Just getting my cameras fixed, and we will be all set to go. Getting ready to play some samurais and some sigils, and all that good kind of stuff. But in the meantime, we're gonna get some people to actually appear on screen in a beautiful way. So,
of course, yeah, that'll happen.
Yeehaw.
So, no worries, Laura. So, how are you guys doing? First of all, we're gonna get into stuff on sort of what am I saying? Cameras and stuff are sorted out here in a minute. You might notice I'm a bit tired today. That's because the other day I did a 24-hour stream and it usually knocks me out for about a day and a half. We're coming up to the point where I'm starting to feel like a human again, but my brain is kicking into gear. So it's actually playing some Samurai indeed. So we're going to let's find out who we're playing today. So let's start with Mike. So Mike, who are you playing?
I will be reprising my role as Ryuka Mazuko, the completely appropriately accented character, who is a tiefling assassin of the Mazuko clan, a clan famed for their pacts with devils to become better assassins.
Yes, indeed. He's a really nice guy, totally not a douchebag.
Yeah, totally just a regular guy, out to help everybody, just a super genuine dude, I would say.
Just a guy looking to save the world. Is that so much to ask?
Yeah, I would say he's just he's your average Joe, is what I would say. He's regular. Go down to the bar, have a pint, he's just...
girl next door.
Yeah, he'd give you the shirt off your own back.
Pretty much. Ryuk is none of the things that we just described. So, what about Gavin? So, Tour School, tell us about...
back playing Gavin Fjordhammer, our paladin of the fields, and I gotta say, I gotta show up my awesome new Gavin shirt. It's I found this online. Is that not the coolest thing?
Nice.
So yeah, we got Gavin, with his Cuthberty stuff going on. But Gavin Fjordhammer, our paladin of St. Cuthbert, he is back to see if he can bring some good and hope to this land. He is, a blacksmith by trade for many years, and then went out adventuring to spread the word of common sense and St. Cuthbert. And then along his adventures had a hand cut off and replaced with a necrotic hand of the Raven Queen. And so he has found balance between his life of serving St. Cuthbert and serving Raven Queen, the god of death. So it's been an interesting journey for good old Gavin Fjordhammer, but he's navigating pretty well, all considering.
yeah, I'd say so. Oh man, thank you to Antimoti for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. What's up, Pixie Girl? What's up, Car? How are you doing, Danger Mouse? Hashtag Legs Closed. Let's do some catch up then. I mean some catch up. Let's find out where we are in the adventure, what's going on. So let's start. Let's throw the beanbag of +2 recapping to Mike first of all. So what happened last time, Mike? We had a bit of a battle last time.
Yeah. So last time we had the Albionite War. The Albionite army was bearing down on the Shogun's castle. The Shogun, of course, was dead. He was straight up.
How did he die, Mike?
He was straight up murdered. It was a good time. I believe Gavin had the finishing blow, stabbing a magically and reinforced longsword through his heart. the heart was then taken by Ryuk and brought to Osa, who then basically told her that there was a demon that had come to Ryuk and said he would show me where the samurai sigil was if I killed Gavin. I asked if I could have her assistance in using her demons to fight back the Albionites, but she said that her power was very low. So I proposed, let's summon the demon that came to me and kill him, and you can take his powers. And she said, sure.
She said, sure.
Yeah. So I believe we did just that.
Yeah.
So Tall Squall, how did that battle go, do you think?
It was crazy insanity type battle. It turned out that the demon wasn't just a demon, it was Cthulhu. That then became Nega Cthulhu. That then we had ghosts fighting against us and ghosts fighting for us. And then the light of a goddess shone down upon us to basically make us, empower us there at the very end. Gavin at the last minute with the last bit of strength, because I believe Ryuk was dead for the third time, or almost dead for the third time, up, down, in between, somewhere along there.
Sounds about right. By the way, the music might be a little too high, so then...
Yep, I can bring it down.
No worries.
Yeah, that flute really cuts through, doesn't it?
Piercing flute.
Piercing flute of piercingness. Plus 2 for all piercing damage. But no, so we, at the last second, Gavin was able to channel the divinity of St. Cuthbert and the Raven Queen when he was at the bottom of the tank and at 10 hit points, and killed the demon's physical form, but its spirit seemed to fly over and, in fact, inhabit Azuma, kind of how we planned, but I'm not sure we realized quite how nasty the demon that we just gave to someone was. So we shall see how that turns out for all involved.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
It seemed like a great idea at the time, and then it might not have been, because she is now sprouted demon wings. Her eyes are alive with chaotic energy, and she is floating off the ground. So, you know, there's swings and roundabouts, right? You take down Cthulhu, someone else comes up with their spirit inside of them because you just killed Cthulhu. So I don't see what could go wrong, really.
Yeah, I feel like that's what Ryuk was trying to do. So, I mean, mission accomplished in his eyes.
Yeah, he's like,
well
done.
So, yeah.
This is game over for Ryuk, really.
Yeah, I mean, he's in.
And
I'll kill a demon and have it inhabit your body. Then we kill the demon and inhabit her body. Check the box.
Check.
But then whose body does it inhabit? And you have to kill them, and so on.
So on and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go through all the voices. Yep. We will have Josh joining us in a minute. He's currently restarting his PC and undoubtedly going for 1 million Windows updates whilst doing so. So I'll remind you guys of a few ways that you can interact with the show whilst we're waiting on him and praying for his return. Well, first of which is, if you haven't tweeted, hit that retweet button and give us an RT, as the kids would say. When we hit 20 retweets, you guys are going to decide something which happens next. Apparently, the music is still loud. We're gonna bring that.
I'm getting rid of the flute altogether. It sucks.
Fuck that flute. That flute was the worst flute. We didn't like it. No one likes the flute. It's the loneliest flute in the world.
This might be a little too relaxing for the situation we're in. It's the Zen relaxation set. 3 hours of traditional Japanese relaxation.
It's my
I think it sounds perfect for having just defeated a demon.
So hit that retweet. Also, if you haven't followed yet, hit that follow button and do so. When we hit 20 followers, you guys are going to get to decide another thing which happens in our game. Last week, you guys decided upon that the demon inside Ryuk was actually going to be Cthulhu. So they had a pretty epic fight against Cthulhu last week. So you can really make anything happen towards our poor hapless players here. If you haven't joined us, Will appears in the game with his dominant. You know, you'd be surprised the amount of times that has actually happened. The other thing...
I just want to put it up there. You can also make anything positive happen to our 4 hapless players, or 3 hapless players. You know, it doesn't all have to be Cthulhu and Dongers. It could be... I mean,
There's more to life than Cthulhu and Dongers? Is that what you're saying?
It could be positive things. Like,
I don't know if I believe you, Mike.
20s, those kind of good things, you know.
Yeah.
inspirations, all that good kind of stuff.
It's really like Willy Wonka said. It's imagination. You gotta use yours. Exact quote.
Yeah, that was that is possible, I guess. Yeah, but you can, of course, affect the game by giving players Nat 1s, Nat 20s, Wild Magic Surges via the donation. Check out the donation stuff underneath the channel stream stuffs. Also, you can subscribe to the channel these days. It's a thing. If you're looking to burn $5, why not burn $5 of us and become a subscriber and get all those cool emotes and things you don't want, but we all know you need.
Oh yeah, speaking of which,
The way around. Yes.
I'm a subscriber, and I'm gonna share it. That it's 5 months.
Oh my god, 5 months.
Look at that.
Thanks for sharing, man. It's like, we're nearer our baby than we are further away at this point.
Yeah, it's true.
I am feeling heavy with child right now.
I'm glad I can do that.
There's Rosary in the chat for Mike. What's up, Saxon? What's up, Bird? How's it going, man? So let's dive into things. We should have a Josh joining us in a couple of minutes' time, hopefully, unless he completely rips. But we have our recap. We know where we are, and I'll just grab a scene to it, you guys, to get us back into things. So we have the scene before us where you have just destroyed Cthulhu, which is, of course, a huge tentacled being that you've managed to banish from this plane of existence. The spirit of this creature has flown into the old hag, Azuma. And Azuma is now with wings ripped out of her back, her eyes filled with chaotic energy, and floating off of the ground looking towards you. You guys have been fairly well battered by the Cthulhu, but as you defeat it and you guys actually leveled up twice, you're coming back up to the extent of your full range of hit points and spell slots, as the energy from the things that a creature just kind of imbibes you. So she looks at you. What do you guys do in return?
So she's hovering and covered in shadow and wings, and just looks pretty badass, you'd say.
Yeah.
So Ryuk walks over like it isn't anything. He sheathes both his weapons, and he says, "Osa, you have received the power of the demon that contacted me. What will you do in return?"
She says, I will find the sigil.
Do you not already know where the sigil is? It was in your contract to tell me once I killed the Shogun.
She like sputters and laughs. You really thought I was gonna tell you that, did you?
Yes, as you have seen, we have already killed demons more powerful than you. The demon that inhabits you now is still recovering from whatever just happened to it. It would be in your best interest to follow through with your bargains.
Maybe so, Ryuk. Maybe so. Or maybe it's better if I just leave. And you see her just kind of and her wings begin to lift her up off the ground, flying up high into the sky. She's probably within range to like throw something at her or cast a spell at her at this point.
How far away is she?
Yeah, how far away is
so
she?
she's got a flying speed of 60, so she will say that maybe she's about 40 feet at this point as you see her beginning to get up there.
F that. Hold person. I cast hold person on her.
Alright, so what does hold person do?
Choose a humanoid that can see within range 60 feet. Targets must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration.
Alright. Let me give this gal a roll. So I'm rolling in the wizard's dice roller because the this shitty laptop fucking hates Roll20 for some reason. So wisdom 3. You rolled an 18.
Ugh. That beats my spell DC.
Alright. Ryuk, any
how close, Gavin, how close are you to me?
I assume. Well, I literally we finished the last thing of me putting spare the dying on you, and then the light of whatever leveled us up twice. So we're probably. I mean, I'm within reaching distance, I would think.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to try to mount and then jump off of Gavin's broad shoulders.
Oh, I'll give him a lift. I'm
Okay.
kind of casting a spell though. This is probably simultaneous, right?
Yeah. So I like while you like do your spell, I'm jumping off of you. So
Okay.
I assume you want some kind of acrobatics for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so let's see acrobatics. Nat
Ooh.
1. Nat 1. Okay. So we're off to a great start. And then I was going to, which probably isn't going to work, cast Misty Step, which lets me teleport 30 feet. So I needed that boost off Gavin.
So let's just listen. Dun, 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 dun. As you're like flying up, and on your nat 1, you begin to you trip up on Gavin's head
Yeah.
somehow.
Very anticlimactic. Yeah, like, I go to run up him, and then he like leans over to cast his spell, and I just flip over the top. Pretty terrible.
Yeah, you begin to launch into the air, and then you misty step away, but now you're like, you're 30 feet up in the air. And so,
She's just out of reach.
so yeah, she's just going by this point, and you're flying up, and Gavin probably catches you on your way down.
Nice.
Because I'm a good guy like that.
She's like well up into the sky, and she's like a harpy, kind of flying away.
Well, so it is nightfall, right? We just had this woman fly away.
It is.
We have a encroaching army approaching at dawn. Kind of shot us off in the foot here. So Ryuk descends from your beefcake arms, and he looks to you and says, "That did not go as expected."
No, it did not. Well, add one more to the list.
She was to grant us the power of her demons again against the Abionites. It appears she has done the opposite, taken all of her forces with her.
Yes. Well, we're still where we were without her help. We aren't without means to try to do this. Let's go back to the generals and assess our situation before the morning dawns.
Yes. Good. This can be done.
Part of this is because I was thinking about this, Will, and I've got to kind of in my brain get the layout of the map in my head of where stuff is compared to what, because I was just trying to figure it out, and I'm trying and need your help.
Sure thing. So you can, I guess it's coming towards like, almost dawn time at this point. So you guys probably have like an hour or so before, things are meant to happen. The troops will begin to get up. But a lot of people are awake at this point around the Iron Court anyway, due to the fact that, nerves before battle, stopping people from sleeping. And you come back to the general's tent where General Kitagawa is presiding over the map of the world of the area, I suppose. What's up, good go by? How's it going, man? And thanks to Cronus for the host. So you see, so you've got the Iron Court at point A, I suppose. I can draw roll 20.
So I mean, basically, I'm seeing it in like a sort of a straight line that we have, low candle down here at the bottom, up a mountain pathway to the fortress.
Sure.
Then the canyon where we're doing the trap, and then the mountain. And this is the Iron Court. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah.
And then we also know that up this way,
It's the mountain fortress.
The middle thing is the mountain fortress, I was thinking, but we know that there's a city back here somewhere where we got the guns from. And we know that there's a port past the Iron Court that we're hoping to get oil and tar from. Right? So,
Exactly.
Basically we've got that leads off to the city where we got the guns from. Here's the mountain fortress there in the center. Iron Court, port coming up this way. So the big question is, we had 2 days where we've had a day pass. So it was 2 days to get tar from the port. So it's still got a day coming up from behind, coming up towards the Iron Court from the direction opposite the Albion army. We had the Grung, who were marching up
through the canyon,
and we're going to stay at the canyon to do poisoning and that kind of stuff of the rations of the Albionites. And then, how far out were the Albionites? And I assume the Grung are in front of them. So are the Albionites like basically just getting to the mountain fortress middle?
Yeah, most likely at this point, they're just arriving at the mountain fortress and seeing that it's
basically deserted.
Deserted, yeah.
And the reason they don't just go into the cities is because they don't want to leave the entire 20,000 strong army of the Shogun then behind them to surprise them on the rest of their conquest.
Right.
So they have to go. So they're not going to bypass us. They're going to come smash us before they go into the main invasion force down into the villages and cities beyond. I'm asking. I mean, that was how I mentally put it together.
That would seem to be the case. I mean, they're kind of blitzkrieging this. They don't really want to stay for a winter in the mountains.
Right.
They can't really afford to war of attrition this out. They're under pressure to get this war won as quickly as possible. So, General Kitagawa kind of looks towards you guys and says, I see that you cannot sleep either.
No, it was an eventful evening, and it did not go in our favor.
Yeah.
Appears we have released a demon.
Yeah, he kind of looks forward, and you can tell this guy's in slept probably either. He's like, What? What are you talking about?
Yes, a demon. Like wings. It comes from
a powerful one at that.
Why? And how?
Azuma, the seer, she is corrupted.
Is this something I need to worry about now?
Not right now.
Then,
I would assume she is on her way to find the samurai sigil and then reign supreme over the land, but currently it appears as though you have an army breathing down your neck.
Sounds like a battle for another day for me. I'm stressed out enough as it is. It seems that the Grung will be arriving here shortly. My scouts tell me that they are here within the hour or so. They march quick with those little things. As for the tar, which is being ordered, it should also be here soon, by midday. We're expecting the Albionite forces, as they march double time, to arrive in the evening on nightfall. Their attack will most likely
tonight. 12 hours.
Correct.
Will, do we have a follower count? Oop.
Yeah, we're on 12. 12 out of 20. In fact, we're only 18 followers away from being over 9,000.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Say that again, Mike? You're still muted.
Do you generate power when you're over 9,000?
Yeah, so I'm told. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
So.
It's pretty cool.
Well, I think our plans on ambush are still the correct plan. We need to catch them within the canyon, which in whatever way we can.
I agree. Well, listen, I'm gonna try and get an hour. Yeah, if I can. You should do the same.
Have the Grung arrived yet? The Grung and the scarred man arrived from the mountain fortress, so they have been.
Yeah, he says they should be here within the hour. With any luck.
Very good. Yes, well, I guess rest while we can. Our next course of action involves them. I hate to take them right back out, but I think that's our best hope.
Well, a few days' march should be fine. They'll be, if not well rested, at least not worn down from war. So,
Correct, and once they're in position, they will be holding there until the scouts let them know what's coming.
Correct. Correct. They have their instructions. My scouts have spoken with them.
Very good.
So, like I say, I'm gonna get a bit of rest, and if you can't do the same, then I suggest speaking with your men, getting them used to you.
I agree.
Well, good rest to you.
You as well.
He heads into like the back room of the tent to get some sleep, leaving you in like the kind of war council chamber with all sorts of weapon racks around, and the plans that you guys have set out. You've probably been poring over these, over and over, as the generals certainly have. The other generals seem like they are, asleep or with their men at this point. They're not in the war council chamber.
So just to make sure I was clear. So the tar is not going to arrive in time?
The tar should arrive. I mean, it's going to be tight. It's going to be like,
It's going to be a dice roll?
Yes, the Albionites arrive first or the tar arrives first. They're scheduled to arrive at a similar time.
Okay, so we basically, we need to plan for it or without it. But if it comes, it's just bonus.
Seems to be the case.
So, if I recall correctly, I have 1,000 men who are following me. I know Shin had 1,000 men following him. I don't remember, did Ryuk got a team of assassins together?
I had we split the army into thirds, and I was the ambush guy.
Right, well, and we have the main force, which is just with the generals, but we all have our sort of, under our command, we'll call them elite commando units or whatever you call them.
Right.
And the Grung are going to meet us there too. So we'll have at the ravine or the canyon, basically your team of assassins, my team of knights, Shin's group of sort of skirmishers, his Iron Mask skirmishers from the that we used to be under the control of Shinzatsu. And however, it's been plussed up, and then the Grung under the control of the Scarred Man. Is that sound? I mean, am I remembering all this correctly?
Yeah.
And we have our wagon, we have our barrels of gunpowder, which we need to get down there and get them set. And then, if the tar arrives, it arrives. If not, we have the gunpowder, and then we also had some alchemy. Not a lot, but some alchemist's fire stuff.
Yeah, I think at this point you guys did send out your troops to lay some of the traps. They're not like set so that the Grung aren't going to set up all the bombs on the way over. But
yeah, through the night we've had people working on setting up this ambush. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe we actually carved holes in the walls of the canyon and put the
that's right.
explosive barrels inside of it.
That's right.
We have troops on top of the canyon to try to blow those up and cave the canyon in on top of them.
Also, General Kitagawa's men have laid out stakes outside of the Iron Court's walls itself, so it won't be like an easy climb up. There are, pitfalls and traps along the way, which will eviscerate most likely hundreds of people should they do a full charge.
Actually, I'll talk to Kitagawa's servant, valet, whatever. So whoever his second in command who's not resting, and say, since the tar has to pass through here to get to the canyon, if it seems like it's running late, leave it here to defend the walls instead of sending it to us to ambush the canyon. Basically, if it seems like it's gonna make it to us, send it on. If it doesn't seem like it's gonna make it to us, keep it here so they've got boiling oil to siege castle tactics.
Gotcha. Yeah, so he understands, and he says he'll pass the word on to General Kitagawa in the morning.
Yep.
He sets a reminder for him.
I guess our next step is to head to the canyon. I mean, that's where we should be, shouldn't we? That's where we should be, shouldn't we, Ryuk?
Ryuk looks to you and he says, yes, but I have one more stop to make before.
Your last stop had us facing Cthulhu. What is it this time?
Well, to be fair, it is the same stop.
Back at see if we can find anything in her quarters.
Correct.
As provided we could actually get in. It's been we've not been able to find it before. Were you always able to see the door with your sight?
Will, I don't think I was, right?
It would appear before you when you kind of needed it.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it with magic sight though. It either
Okay.
existed or didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, he says, oh, the door seems to appear and go as it chooses. It's very strange.
Yes.
So I guess at this point you guys are walking and talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little kind of corridor where a door would appear that Azuma, little hag, seemed to exist in like a little pocket dimension that she had. And you don't see the door when you get back to that corridor. And you look in your magic sight and you can't spot it.
Okay.
That doesn't mean, it doesn't mean it's not necessarily there. She could be hiding it.
Yeah. Let me see here. Do I have anything that can help me see where this is?
Yeah, update from Josh is that Zoom is updating, so that's probably a good sign.
That's good stuff. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna use Arcana to try to like feel like where the area is and like see if I sense any magic on the wall where the door routinely appeared. Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah.
Let's see what happens. A 20.
20 is pretty good. So you're kind of doing the like lining the feeling for
Yeah.
where the wall once was, and you can feel like almost like a magical imprint, I suppose,
Right.
of where there was once this kind of like portal, and you now realize that it basically was a portal into a separate dimension which exists or existed there.
And it's now like permanently closed, or at least closed to me.
At this point, the door isn't open as such.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's like a magical door in that it's not showing itself to you. So imagine like the door in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
It needed that weird kind of sequence to open it. Probably a similar thing could force this door open.
So I speak friend in Infernal.
Yeah. It opens straight up.
So it was right up. I walk right in.
And
I stroll in. Yeah. Yeah, he's not super magically inclined unless it comes to murdering people. So he looks back to Gavin. He says, "It appears that her door is permanently closed to us. I am unable to open this. It is right here." And he like points to the wall, which looks like a wall to you, I guess.
Yeah, well, actually, I was going to say I can use Divine Sense, which would be the presence of a strong evil or good, basically registers, with me, so I'm able to know its location of any celestial fiend, undead, or a desecrated place.
Sure, I mean, you get the sense, the kind of like outline or kind of sense of the other dimension through this door. You don't sense Azuma. You'd think that she would probably definitely stand out. She certainly has in the past.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what do you hope to gain by getting in there? There's no sense in beating our heads against the wall, but if you feel it's very important, we can beat our heads against the wall.
No, this appears to be a lesson in futility. I hoped to search her place. She said she knew where the sigil was. And also, as far as I can remember, her granddaughter was kept inside this place as well. The young seer. I don't believe she took her with her, so I was coming back to see what clues we could find inside of her shop.
So there's a question. Does my divine sense sense the granddaughter as a source of good or good magical power within the area? Will?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question actually. No, you don't.
Okay.
No, you don't sense that presence, whereas previously you did.
Okay. So, yeah, because if Gavin would have thought she was in there, we would have been fighting a wall. But
Yeah.
it does not appear that she's within. I do not sense the goodness within her granddaughter. I do not think she's any longer here. But we should try to locate her and make sure she's safe. It seemed as though Azuma was in quite a rush to head off. Hopefully she didn't collect her on the way.
Yes, I am not sure if that will help us in the coming battle, but we do have a few hours to spare.
Well, two options. I have two thoughts. So the first thing I do is I step out into the courtyard and do my loud, piercing whistle to call for Puff.
Right. So after a minute or so, a sleepy Puff the Magic Dragon arrives. So Puff is a little blue fella who
He's
is at
probably
this
even
point,
grown even more.
yeah, he's probably the size of like a small like a cat at this point, I guess. So he's been eating plenty of meat, and he seems to be growing pretty quick. Every time you look at him, he gets taller.
Cool. So I give him more food because I always have some morsel for Puff. Puff, do you remember the young girl you met? You were she cradled you for a week while you were in your shell, and when you first hatched, you became friends with her. Do you think you could find her for us?
He begins to kind of look around.
It was worth a try. The other person we should ask, since we had all of the civilians evacuate into the catacombs down below, maybe Jack has seen her. I'm not letting Jack go, man. I'm going to bring back Jack Skellington every episode.
Like you guys, there's always like a quest where you find like an arbitrary reason for Jack Skellington to turn up. Like, but the only person who knows this is Jack.
Jack Skellington.
Who would have thought?
So let's head down to the catacombs and see if maybe we can find her down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you head down into the catacombs, where, of course, you find Jax, who's currently preparing loads of graves for the coming amounts of people that are about to die tomorrow. Oh, hello, my lord.
Yeah, never mind all the civilians who are terrified that he's just digging graves. But
He's just
sure.
digging more holes. He's getting ready for it.
Jack, my friend. I see you've more company than you've probably ever had, but we do appreciate your help. Have you seen the young girl Sia by any chance? In fact, I believe you might have met her very briefly when we first came to town. She can't speak, but being a child, I would hope that she made her way down here to take refuge.
Might be I saw her, my lord. Yeah. When was this?
Would have been in the last day that she came down, day or two that she came down.
Yeah, maybe about days ago I saw this little girl down here. I didn't think much of it. Sometimes I just see things down here, It gets a bit lonely. You tend to start having hallucinations of all sorts down here. So, yeah, I think I saw her. She was going through the caverns back the way you came. Looks like she was going outwards.
Ah, going through the path you showed us into the Iron Court when we snuck in.
Right.
Well, thank you for the information, Jack. I appreciate it. And I throw Jack a gold coin.
Oh.
Hopefully you won't have need for all of those graves, but it is good to be prepared because it is not happy times we are entering in the next few days. Take care of yourself, Jack.
We're looking forward to it, my lord. Plenty of work.
Jack, did you say you have hallucinations down here?
Oh yeah, all the time, my lord.
That is probably should be checked out.
Why?
It is not normal.
This from the man who talks to demons every morning.
Yes, that is completely normal. By my standards.
Oh, okay. Who should I speak to about it?
Does the camp have a medic, or perhaps Kondo will fix you up some kind of potion? Or there was a man named Imi we have met several times.
Okay, I'll try speaking to them. I'll see what they say. I'm sure I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm sure you will be okay.
This is when like the charity ad plays for some horrible wasting disease that he has, and
In the arms of the angel.
just £3 a month you can save. A Jack Skellington.
A Jack Skellington.
Every day there are workers in the mines that have the black cough.
Trying to just dig holes for bodies.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask? Is there compassion enough in America?
That's pretty good shit.
So I guess we'll head out the secret
yeah,
passage.
Ryek's gonna follow Gavin.
All of this plays within Jack's mind. You know, the advert plays the hallucination. He sees it.
That's good.
So, the group of you return topside. So, what do you? What's the plan here?
Well, I think we should have our eyes out. We know that the pathway leads back down to the mountaintop fortress, and we know that the young girl has a connection to the scarred Albionite who is marching here with the Grung. Maybe she went to try to meet up with them once things went interesting with her grandmother.
Yes, this makes sense. We should speak with our men and put someone in charge in case we do not return.
I was thinking we would go ahead and take the men and get them in position. We're less than 12 hours from battle. Might as well get everyone in position and set up. There's no more good that can be done here as long as they're provisioned and armed appropriately. Let's go ahead and get them on the roads so they're not marching directly into the fray.
Yes, this sounds like a good plan.
All right. So, you go back and grab your troops up. You scoop them all up, like the model toys that they are. And there we go. And you start heading into the canyon to set up. It's not long before actually you see the Grung going by. Now the Grung are the frog-like humanoids who inhabit the swamps of low canal marsh, and they appear to be marching through here in full battle regalia. I believe there are 1,000 of them, we said before. So they're coming in numbers along with the scarred man's troops as well. Hey, what's up, Cosmic? How's it going, dude? So you hear them coming very quickly. And figured a Trex tray for following. Welcome to the event, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So you see them coming by, and I guess you guys are just kind of setting up whilst this is happening and make way for them to march in. And one of the Grungs, who also can speak Common, enters in. I guess steps towards you and is like, "King sends his regards." He's wielding a spear. He's got this big tribal necklace on. He says, "When are we expecting the fight?"
Very soon, within before evening sets in, we would expect that they will arrive here at this canyon, where we will try to lock them in and take them from high ground above.
Oh.
What skills do you possess? You Grung.
He looks blankly at the camera. We are expert poison throwers, and he kind of like leans down to show you his like blowpipe. This kill. Very bad.
You are expert ranged attackers, yes?
Oh, a little flimsy up close.
Perhaps it would be best if you hide on top of the canyon and fire down into it.
He kind of looks up the canyon. Really not like heights so much.
It's well, I assume you also don't like being stabbed with swords and spears.
True.
It would be safest if you are above to fire your ranged weapons down. We have troops that will be amassing up there. There will be ropes. They will help you climb.
Yes, we can ensure your safety getting into position, and your green elite warriors would be most helpful up there. As I refer to my grung handbook.
my grung.
It's the manual of Grung.
The manual of the grung.
The Grunger's Handbook, 5th edition.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will tell the king. He might not be too happy, but I'm sure he will. His Majesty might do it. I can't speak for him.
That is fine.
If not, your wildlings with their daggers doing ambush attacks. Are you able to camouflage yourself to the canyon walls and do ambushes?
He kind of like stands next to a rock, and his skin turns into this kind of grey shade.
That'd be perfect. I must tell you though, you will be at the front lines. There could be extreme casualty among your people to take on this great burden, but it could turn the tide towards against the invaders and to help the people of this land to prevail.
We're going to stand by our friends. And also, we will not have swamp if Albionites take over, so nowhere to live.
Yes.
Then yes, your wildlings and their camouflage would be much appreciated to remain here in the canyon and take out as many as you possibly can.
We will be the front line in the war. Many Grung will die, but oh well, we spawn like loads.
We will make sure your pool back at the fortress is well protected so your next generation will flourish.
King Grung has been spawning all over the place just for you.
Someone needs to put that in the quotes. King Grung has been spawning all over the place just for you. Oh, that's great.
I don't like what you said.
I salute the Grung, and what a great little guy.
What a guy! This guy needs
What a guy. That guy.
Gross.
So, chat, we need a name for this guy. Give us a name, and we'll pick one. Also, if I get a Grung over 9,000 for following, welcome to the event, my friend. You're a gentleman and scholar, helping the 9,000 effort there, Grung. Thank you, my friend. So, yeah, you see this little fella kind of waddle off, and he heads back to his king. And a short while thereafter, the scarred man and his troops are coming through, and they actually stop to talk to you. And the scarred man looks towards you again. This guy with one kind of like completely burnt face and one normal, totally not any book villain. And he looks towards you and he smiles. He actually goes in for like a hug, grapples you guys, and says, "It's been a while. Good to see you alive. I heard there was trouble."
Yes, it got interesting. By any chance, did your seer come back to you? She fled the Iron Court when her grandmother is apparently has been corrupted, and is now, a demon is in a bond with her. Its power is going to be hard for us to deal with when it comes that time.
Oh. Oh, wait, he's not the Grung.
Yeah, I was going to say he's
There's a Grung in the background.
The Grung has been listening in. Yeah,
It's Greg the Grung. What's up, Andy? How's it going, buddy?
Greg the Grung.
Greg the Grung, and he's like, oh, sorry, and he heads off. And the scarred man says, I haven't seen the seer. she hasn't come back to me. No.
Is there somewhere she might have gone to in a time of turmoil? Children often will run to familiar places. Most
The only
importantly,
place I got to think of would be back at the mountaintop palace, but we were long gone by the time that she might have gone there. And we left almost as soon as we saw the smoke rising, so it could be that she's back there. In which case, hopefully she'll hide, or they might, in the worst case scenario, they might find her. But they might not know who she is, if that happened.
that is true, and if you know anything about children, they do know how to hide, and they know to be wary if they mostly come at night. Mostly. Come on, anyone? Aliens? No one? Little girl hiding in a fortress amongst the enemies? God, I'm old.
Oh, I got it. I
mean, I have seen the film, I just don't know the specific reference.
Game over, man.
Game over.
Game over, man.
Yeah, so Ryak will turn to Harvey Dent and say,
Where are the other trucks going?
no, he says,
He says, where in the camp did the girl...
Where are the rebel bases?
I'll fuck your planet. Yeah, he says,
Where in the camp did she go? Where was her favorite place to hide? I assume a child, seer or not, would have had.
She keep going into Krung, but goddamn. She had the house I stayed in when you first met me. She also stayed in there. She had a room, bed and table side where she used to sit and think. That would be my guess. If she is back there, where she would have gone.
Good. Then we will go there as quick as possible to find this girl. There's a possibility she may turn the tide in battle.
Do you think you have time to find her?
We have
to be a race.
given our men orders, so if we don't return, they will still execute our plan. Losing out on 3 soldiers, as capable as we are, will not mean the end of this battle.
We fill him in on the whole plan. Because I guess he wasn't there.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably been runners have probably told him what's going on. Scouts probably been together.
If you can lead the efforts here, if we don't return in time, to make sure we trap and kill as many of the Albanites here as we can. We will try to go rescue her. I can't imagine that as much as the Seers have played into the fate of this land, that she still doesn't have some critical part to play.
If you really believe that, then I can't stop you, and I think you're right. I wish I could come with you, but my men need me here.
Yes.
And he says, return quickly, and I'm with the girl, if possible.
Of course.
It's not one thing, it's another, right? Next thing, there'll be demons flying around.
That's already happened. Just kind of laugh and walk off. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not.
It was nothing. We released a demon last night. It was fine.
Take care of yourself, my friend. And he pats him on the shoulder, and war is about to happen. This could be the last that any of us see of each other.
Yeah, he says.
Don't know if you saw it. Looks like Andy Dell had a sub-wild magic to Gavin. Yay.
Oh, let's do it. Thank you, Annie.
"Oh, fancy."
Yay! Wild magic. That's never anything bad. It doesn't get rid of all your potions or anything.
Alabaster, my FAQ is down below. That is one of the frequently asked questions. So go and check it out down there. Probably answer a few of your other questions as well.
3820 is the magic number. Do I need to look it up for you? Got it.
It's loading up pretty quicker if you did actually. This piece.
Okay, I can do wild magic to get the link right.
Wait, it's actually I seem to be able to do it. 38, you say?
3820.
3820. Sago Daily, I'm good, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, I've slept up until now today. Basically, that's just been it's just been sleep. I'm starting to feel much better, thank you. Oh fuck, I've just gone over it. Eek.
3820.
3820. This. Come here. When Caster next enters his home, he realizes it's made of coral.
Oh, we can work. We can work with that.
We can work with that, yeah.
Sure.
We can work with that.
Sure.
Not the weirdest thing we rolled.
Yeah.
Oh, this is true. Okay. we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
You're struck with a strange corally magic from somewhere. You say farewell to the scarred man and Greg the Grung.
Greg the Grung. God, I love him.
Grungiest grung ever.
The grungiest grung ever.
What do you do next?
We got horses certainly to try to sprint back down and then sneak into the village. From where we are, is there any way to loop around and come up from the pathway from the ruins of the village and the city that, because we went sort of down, not up towards the Iron Court, but again with my little map at the right angle, that we took off to that went down to the city and went down to the villages that were destroyed when we were going after Shinzatu. Is there any way from here to loop around, or is the mountain in our way?
Yeah, no, you could probably do it. You could take a detour to. So you say you want to get to the burned village first. So.
What I'm trying to do is just in case the Albionites have already passed the mountain fortress, I don't want to meet them on the road. I want to be able to come in from a different direction than what they're. I don't want to be meeting head on with the whole force of the Albionites. Hopefully, they've only left a small group at the mountaintop fortress so that we can do a commando mission to see if we can find the little girl.
Sure, absolutely. And thank you to Redundant for the 5 months. Flown by, my friend. I salute you, sir. One of the most gentlemanly of scholars has raised a drink in the chat. DRB, Derp drink.
Redundant, woo, yeah, man. Subplugs.
Oh, nice. Good guy Pie with the grung artwork. Incredible stuff, my friend. Awesome. I love his tongue in that Imgling there. This is Greg's finest feature.
Yay, Greg the Grung.
Terrifying.
So I want to see that dog a swing. God damn it. So you can definitely attempt that. So you guys are going to be traveling down the kind of side canyon, you'll say, and probably going through mountains and caves at the same time. You can ask, God, what's her name? Yasuda. She doesn't have any yams. Yasuda can probably plot you a path through the mountains to get to the village first. So, whilst you're going down these side canyons, leaving your men behind, knowing that you've got about 12 hours to get there and get back, you begin to hear the sound of marching troops as you're heading through, the canyons kind of resonate sound all around, so you're getting a very kind of reverberated, echoey marching troop sound. It seems like somewhere within the few miles radius that you're getting towards the one of the body of force troops. In fact, both of you roll me perception checks at this point. Isn't that sub-redundant?
Nat 20. How does a Nat 20 work for you?
Maybe, yeah, that's
Nice.
pretty good. Yeah, Riot, you actually hear that riding above you on the top of the canyon appears to be some horsemen have managed to find a way up the top of the canyon, and they seem to be scouts sent by the Albionites. And what they're doing is they're checking down in the canyon as they ride, and they're seeing where forces might be. And there's probably 5 of them or so. They're like a small kind of band, but they appear to be kind of tracking down through the through the canyons, trying to figure out where your troops are, and likely they're going to come across your trap at one point or another. They may be killed, but it's possible that
there's 5 of them.
Yeah, they could be that they have magical ways of sending like instant messages and stuff like that. They've got Facebook up.
Yeah, like AIM. Yeah. They have archaic AOL. And there's 5 of them. And how far away are they from us?
5 of them. They're at the top of the canyon. Now the canyon is like 100 feet up, sheer, but you kind of spot their shadows as they're coming towards you.
Shit, how do I get up there?
That's the question.
That is the question.
I mean, it's a climbable surface, this rock.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just like flat stone. I mean, when I say sheer, it is like straight upwards, but there are all sorts of like rocks which kind of drag out.
Are they right overhead of us, or are they like a ways in a certain direction?
They are kind of coming towards you and ahead of you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any way not to be spotted by them. Yeah, he'll like slow his horse and look to Gavin and say, "Gavin, we have company. I believe it is Albion Night Scouts. They have found a way up." And he points towards the shadows moving atop the canyon.
We have to take them out. If they find the trap, everything's lost.
How do we get up there?
I got.
Yeah, about that.
Well, I had a potion of flying, but not anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right.
None of your potions, all those good, great, awesome potions we had.
I only have 1 left. It's only invisibility.
Not
No big deal.
anymore.
That wouldn't be useful right now.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, so we're in a side canyon, right? So they're not looking down towards us; they're looking down towards like the main canyon. Am I understanding that correctly?
That would be correct, yeah.
But they haven't gotten to the point. We're far enough away from the main canyon that they wouldn't have spotted anything yet, right?
Not yet, no. By this point, I mean, you guys have probably been traveling for like 3 or 4 hours, maybe.
Yeah. So we can.
We got to climb. I mean,
yeah, we could reasonably tie our horses off somewhere in this area, and
your Hasselhoff.
yeah, I'm gonna tie off my horse over here because I'm a New Yorker apparently who has a horse. Yeah, tie the horses up and scale this cliff face.
Yeah, that would be possible. Only legal in 9 states.
Yeah, we'll flank or come up behind them or something, so we got a little bit of surprise.
Yeah.
If possible.
Welcome back, Pyro. Yeah, they did manage to survive. So let's get some athletics rolls going.
Let us do that.
Let's do it.
I only have a -1 to athletics. Let's see how bad this goes.
Well, I had a +7 and still. Hey, there's a Josh.
You got
I
Josh.
got a +7.
Right.
Yeah, great. We're doing great.
It's alive. It's alive.
So Josh, you're not here.
You're
not actually here.
Yeah. It's probably what he did is he set it to load up and then he just left it to run and do something.
Gotcha.
Force hostage. Tie him up, boys. So Mike, what did you roll in your?
A 7, a whopping 7.
Yeah,
I only
you're
rolled a 13, so.
Yeah, you're both struggling to get up there, and it's you tie up the horses and begin to kind of like pull yourselves up the canyon as you see them coming, and I'm gonna roll a perception check for them to see if they spot the horses down below in the canyon. They don't. So it seems like they're much more focused on the kind of the horizon and what could be over by the Iron Court, and so they don't at this point spot you. So you may be like a third of the way up the canyon.
Okay.
Pretty poor rolls at that point.
So I guess we keep climbing. We got to.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we got to get up. We got to take them out. So.
I'm multiplying. Apparently, there's more of me. I'm everywhere.
So,
Yes. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get things set up for when we have a shin.
so I'm assuming more athletics checks until we climb up this goddamn mountain.
Looks like Josh dropped back out of the call.
Yep.
Yep. That's why I covered him back up. So, athletics.
Yeah.
17 for me.
17 is pretty damn good.
11 for me.
11. Wow.
Perfect number for me. I can help him up.
Yeah.
That's less good for me.
You're 11-1.
Yep.
So yeah, you Gavin is now getting abseiling with his abs upwards. That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
He's known to do that.
Ascending,
Yeah.
abscending.
Abscending, absconding. I don't know. He's getting up the mountainside at this point, and he's dragging up with him the one and only Ryuk. And it's about at the point that you guys are gonna get over the top. That the horsemen are gonna be kind of going past that point. So you guys are coming up, they're going across, and you're about to kind of meet. You're kind of just kind of below them, if that makes sense. So you're on a ledge and you're looking at them as they're just going past you as you get up.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna. I guess let's wait till they pass by, and then we shall attack. Take them by surprise and attack.
Okay, and they are on horses, right? That's what we said that earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, that is wise. I will also use. No, you cannot see. I would use my darkness, but you cannot see it. 5 versus 1 makes for a bad fight. So the element of surprise should work best.
Yes, but if we're able to if we can split them up, and you can get some trapped in your darkness, I should be able to take the other 2.
Yes.
And
3. Yes.
yeah. I figured that dog 3006 for falling. Welcome to the event, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Oh, dog.
Nice to meet you, sir. Oh, dog.
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 Oh, dog. We're gonna go
Dog.
fight some scouts over here. Oh man. Yeah. So we
So-
wait for them to like pass by us on their horses before
Sure.
we spring up quietly or as quietly as possible.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they were off some pretty crappy initiative. Perception checks. So they hadn't actually spot you at this point. So they pass, and you guys kind of spring out into action as they're going at I guess a canter would be the correct terminology for the speed at which they're going. They're not sprinting or anything. I don't know if horses sprint actually. But anyway, yeah, they're going by
a slow canter. Is what you're
a
saying.
slow canter. Yeah.
Yep.
A slanter.
Not
They're
quite
right.
a gallop or a.
Yeah, it's a slanter. They're kind of like
Yeah, I'm running out of horse
on a
words.
slant, you know. They're like,
Gotcha.
That's
like
fair.
so. Yeah. So as they're riding by, as thank you. What are you guys doing?
Well, Ryuk falls.
Do we need to do initiative for who goes in what
Get up
order, or do you want to
close.
just go?
Yeah. Let's throw some initiative here. We're gonna say you guys have a surprise round.
Okay.
19 for Gavin.
20.
20 for Ryuk.
Oh, damn.
So surprise round. You can go do what you're gonna do. You do you, buddy.
Yeah, that's what he's good at. He's great with surprise rounds. So because I have assassin, I have advantage on any attack roll that a creature hasn't taken a turn yet, and in addition, I score a auto crit if I hit them if they are surprised. So whichever one is in the back, I guess I'm just going to immediately run up to and stab several times.
All right.
This is my my right hand with a 19 and a 25, which I assume those both hit.
They do indeed. Yes.
That turns them both into auto crits.
Nice.
So he's going to take 10 damage and 16 damage, and then more d4s. Or d6s, rather.
Oh.
So he's looking at 22 damage currently, plus my sneak attack. So 22 damage, 31 damage.
31 is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you want to kill this first guy?
So if he's
Quietly.
so we wait for them to pass,
Yeah.
and Ryuk just kind of like slowly creeps up over the top, and you just see him the closest reference you can make is it looks like a lizard with his tail just going behind him, and he leaps up and just takes both of his Najato and like basically cuts the guy's the back of his neck and just severs the spinal cord, and he just slumps and falls off his horse.
Nice. He just kind of He barely makes a sound as he dies. Anything else in your turn?
If I can make an acrobatics check to land on his horse, that would be pretty goddamn rad.
Yeah, roll me roll like an acrobatics check to do that because it's pretty
An 8.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm too cool to actually lie. I just gracefully land on the ground, not the horse. God damn it.
Yeah, you do not land on the horse. Instead, you land next to the horse's hooves. So yeah, that is that. That is Gavin's turn.
Do any of them look like they might be a magic user or someone who would have some kind of ability to, send message? Is someone like more obviously in robes, or that might be the person who could be their link back to the Albionites, or are they all just sort of armored guys?
They are kind of lightly armored, leather armor, so they can be kind of like speedy. These aren't like the frontline shock troops or anything. They seem to be just a kind of the scouts. One of them does appear to be to have a staff, and this you identify as obviously being some kind of magical item. Does have a crystal within it. Perhaps that's a way of them communicating back with their command.
Where is he in the lineup? Front, middle, back?
He's actually in the middle, yeah. So Ryek's killed the guy behind him at this point.
Okay, is he in range of me to do longsword, or would I have to do a ranged attack?
You would need to range attack him at this point, unless you wanted to, move and then... I guess you could move and then attack.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Is he within 30 feet for me to move and then attack?
Yeah, you can do that, yeah.
So I will move up to him, and then I will swing the longsword. Do I have any advantage or just normal?
Just normal.
Okay. 14?
14, not a hit.
How about a 22?
22 is a hit.
I will make that a divine smite as well. So damage 13 plus a divine smite at normal level. So that would be he takes 25 damage, 12 radiant.
All right, nice. So he is just standing at this point, or riding, I suppose would be the correct term. So yeah, anything else you'd like to do?
That is, I think everything else is an action, not a bonus action. Oh no, it's a bonus action. Ha ha ha! I finally remembered that I can cast spiritual weapon now, so I will cast spiritual weapon. 13 does not hit though, but I will have it right there next to him. I summon it, but it doesn't hit him, so it's right there by the sort of the middle of the line.
Sure. Okay. Cool. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So these scouts are immediately going to become aware of your presence after the evisceration of their companions here. So they're going to turn on you. There are still 4 of them up. One of them is the magic user. The magic guy is going to ask Gavin to roll a dexterity saving throw.
So they beat us in initiative because we had a surprise round.
Oh shit! Surprise round. No, you're right. Let me roll their initiative. Let me roll for initiative. 120.
Sorry to rules lawyer me, buddy.
No, I completely forgot about that. That's the sleep deprivation. They rolled 17, so they're going after you. So Ryek, back on your turn. Mike, you might be muted.
I sure am.
Yeah.
So Ryuk sees that that Gavin has this one guy completely in hand. So he leaps from where he is towards the next closest guy on a horse and stabs at him as he goes.
Let's do it.
So he has not attacked in combat yet, so I have advantage, I guess.
Yep.
So let's see here. So right hand, a 24, and left hand, a 22.
Wow.
So,
Both are hits.
so 10 damage. And how close is Gavin to this guy?
So Gavin's probably like 15 feet.
Okay. So I wouldn't get surprise attack then, or not, or sneak attack them. So yeah, they take 10 damage as I come spinning both Ninjato towards this guy.
Nice, nice.
And I think as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hex on him, which I probably should have done first in retrospect, but
That's
I
okay.
cast Hex on him.
All right, cool. So you do thusly hex him, and then it becomes his turn. Yeah, the link has been fixed now.
His Hex is dexterity-based checks. Dexterity ability checks. He is
hexterity.
yeah, dexterity. Get out. This has been Samurai Sigil, guys. Have a good night.
See you later. Oh boy, we are on 15 retweets at this point, folks. So let's get them going. 20 retweets. You guys get to decide anything which happens next. Also, if you haven't followed yet, hit that follow button and join us. We're close to being over 9,000, and I think we're on 14 or 15 followers as well. So we can let you guys decide anything which happens next in our campaign. We're also giving away a Dungeon Master's Guide. So check out that link on the exclamation point giveaway to enter to win for a chance to be a special little snowflake and win DMG. So that is going to be their turn at last.
Nope.
So
Gavin's on a 19.
Gavin's turn at last.
Sorry. Swing my spiritual weapon for a
I'm going to
natural
tell I'm a
one.
little bit out of it today.
No worries. My spiritual weapon misses. That's my bonus action. And then for my real action, then I'm going to hit this guy who I had been attacking with my longsword.
Nice.
If I can actually hit him. 25, I assume, hits.
25 is a hit.
For 9, is he dead? He had taken 25.
He is, let me... I'm different. 9 damage. He is just still up, yep.
Up. So then I will hit him again.
Good plan.
Where'd it go? For a 21
21's a hit.
and a 16.
16
Die.
is a hit on this guy. So that's 16 damage, you say, or?
Yep, another 16 damage.
Nice. How do you end this man?
I will not allow you to spoil our plans. Whatever. And I hit him with my... Sorry. Wow, yeah.
You say the
Gavin's
whatever
catchy
bit, bro.
repartee is not loaded yet. Loading bars going across. Yes. I will
Josh
not
is hit.
allow you to make mockery of this land. I don't know. That was even worse. Anyway, he's
Josh,
dead. I hit him with a
try
sword.
saying something. Josh, try speaking for us. Well, we can't hear us right now. I don't know. We can't hear Josh at this point, but he does seem to be in the call. So, you kill a man. Fear not, chat. The cameras will be fixed. It's a thing which happens. So, scouts are going to do a thing back. So, seeing that their caster is dead, excuse me, one of them is going to try and pick up the staff, and with that, he's going to... Oh, Josh died again, so never mind about the cameras. Seems to be coming in and out. He's going to try and pick up the staff with a check here. It's just going to dive down and grab it just as it's falling. He rolls a 17, the perfect number, and picks it up. On his action, Josh. On his action, he begins. His eyes kind of mist over, and he grabs the staff, and he seems to be kind of like chanting with the staff. Sorry, Zinni. So that is going to be his turn. There are 2 other guys alive, and they're going to attempt to fight. So one on Ryuk, one on the Gavinator. So Ryuk, how is a 13 versus your armor class?
It's a hit.
Damn.
Yeah, I only have a 13 armor class.
And you're level 7.
Actually, wait a minute. Wait. I could be wrong. Do a double check here.
Yeah, I feel like the IC of an assassin should be higher than
Yeah.
13 at level 7 though.
Yeah, I might not have increased it when we leveled up because I'm stupid. So let me look up what studded leather does. Studded leather. No, god damn it. I hate this SRD.
Yes, I do.
It does. Yeah, so its AC is 12 plus dexterity, so it's 15. Sorry.
Okay, 15. So 13 is a miss, but a 22 is a hit.
22 is a hit.
Yeah, so you are going to take a little nugget of damage here. You take 17 damage. I keep running 17 today.
It's not a little nugget of damage.
Power flows through me. So, that is him. Gavin, a 23 and a 21 versus your armor class.
Yeah, they both hit.
Yeah, they're running pretty hot today, on a hot streak. So you take a total of 26 damage as they slash down at you, still on their horseback. They've got kind of cavalry sabers, and they are kind of charging down at you and in a kind of upward sweep, cleaving at you guys, because that's what cavalry weapons are for. So, unlike fucking Drizzt Stoerden, who used scimitars despite the fact they're historically inaccurate. So, Ryuk, it's your turn.
How do you really feel about it, Will?
I hate it so much.
You hate it? Is that what it is? That's pretty good. Yeah, so Ryuk is on the back of this guy's horse. You said there was one that was escaping?
No, he appears to casting. Yeah, he's got the staff
casting.
up, and he seems to be like casting some magic. You can try and identify if you want it.
Yeah, you know what? No, he's not going to try to identify it. How far away is that guy?
That guy is only 10 feet away from you. He was in the middle of the. He just picked up the staff, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't like that at all. So Ryuk is going to he's basically going to like stand up on the ass end of this guy's horse that just stabbed him and look to the other guy, and then like swirling purple mist or swirling gray mist surrounds him, and he disappears and reappears next to this guy casting.
Nice.
He is going to stab the shit out of this guy.
Nice.
So let's see, right hand, a 20, and a 20 and an 11. So I assume the 20 hits.
20 is a hit.
Okay. And is he right next to Gavin? Right, that's the one you were attacking, right?
Yeah, because I killed the guy who dropped the staff, so I assume I'm pretty close.
Okay. So he's going to take 4 damage, and if Gavin is within striking distance of this guy, would you say that he's
Yes.
Jason too? Yeah. So he's going to take 8 sneak attack damage, so 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. All right. Seems to break him out of whatever he was doing. Well, actually, does it? Let's see. Because that's a thing. Let me roll. It actually doesn't. So you cut at him, but he seems to be so deep in this kind of like trance, meditative kind of state that he actually continues to go Kalima.
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha.
So if he's all... go ahead.
No, that was it. That's all he's going to do.
So if he's all trancing out and facing Ryuk, does Gavin have advantage on his attack?
Sure.
I'm going to walk up behind him, take off the glove of the Raven Queen, and cast Inflict Wounds.
Nice. That's the painful one.
And I'm casting it at higher level. I assume 18 hits.
An 18 is a hit.
I am going to cast this at level 3. And what happens is Gavin takes off the glove, reaches out the hand, and basically, it looks like a raven with spread wings, kind of like the Crow logo, from the movie. Goes across his back and sinks down into it with the cry of a crow, and does 30 damage.
30, yeah, okay, just a casual 30 damage.
30 necrotic damage.
Nice.
As the crow tattoo sort of sinks down into him, and raven feathers drip to the ground.
Nice. Yeah, you see all life just fade from his eyes as he kind of in fact his eyes kind of melt down into black pools of some like mercurial like substance, and it just kind of like runs down his face, and he just falls backwards.
You will not take this land from these people.
He certainly won't. He won't. His friends might. We'll see. Anything else on your turn, Gav?
On my bonus action, I will swing the spiritual weapon at, I guess, the guy there's a guy at the front, or whoever attacked me. Whoever the guy, not staff guy, but whoever was attacking me, I'll swing the spiritual weapon at him.
Sure.
For 24?
24, yeah.
And I will cast that at a level 2.
I love how everyone's confessing they're in a Kappa Pride in chat. It's I'm very proud of you guys.
And that will do 8 force damage to that gentleman right there.
That's gentleman and or scholar. Did you say 8 or 28?
No, just 8. It's a spiritual weapon. It's not inflict wounds.
Okay, I was gonna say, jeez.
Yeah, spiritual weapon isn't as big heavy hitter.
So, each of them on their turn, and is you got anything else to do?
That's it.
Okay. So they are going to try and leave this place, seeing as their staff user is dead, and so are they almost. So they're going to attempt to flee. You both get to make one reactionary attack of opportunity against. So Riot can attack one, Gavin can take the other down, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And it's not. I believe horses move 120. I might be wrong.
Yeah. So let's see. Ninjato,
Yes.
11.
There's a 16 hit.
16 does not hit this guy. Did you say an 11, Mike?
Yeah, 11 and a 10. Both of those miss.
Yeah.
Oh,
They,
do you have advantage? 16 and 23. I don't. Oh no, you got double attack. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So 23 would be a hit, but 16 is not. So they both. Correct me if I'm wrong. 120 sounds right for a horse, and this is like 80. I guess it can dash, right? So
They're dashing, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
look up rules for horse.
yeah, God. Let's say it moves a long way away. And on their turn, they are galloping off into the distance at this point.
Are they within? Oh, they're at 120 feet.
Let's say 120.
Perfect. Gavin casts Chill Touch. Boy, he's using the Raven hand. So he lifts up the Raven hand as he takes it off the other guy's back, reaches around, and casts Chill Touch. And because he is a death cleric, he gets to use. Where is it? His Reaper domain, which means that it can hit 2 targets within each other. So, that's the question. Does he have advantage since they're riding away or not? Your call.
So I just looked it up in the SRD will. A riding horse does 60 feet.
60 feet, so dash would be 120. So yeah, they're right on the edge of it. Okay, cool. So advantage, I mean, they got their backs to you, so but then I feel like it's mitigated by the fact that they are 120, but it's within the spell range. So yeah, they got their backs to you, so you can have advantage on this one.
Okay, so they each take 12 necrotic damage as basically, we're going to go with the raven symbology. 2 ravens go streaking out of the hand and just go like arrows, ravens diving straight into their backs,
Nice.
and filling them with each with 12 necrotic energy.
Nice. So let's do some math here. So, yeah.
Oh, never mind. Yes, I can channel divinity on that as well, which is the damage 5 plus twice my cleric level. So they each take an extra. They each take an extra. Twice my cleric level is 6 is 11. So they each take 23 necrotic damage.
Okay, then you see the ravens go into their backs and just kind of like come out the other side, and they slump down in the horses, and pretty quickly the horses, I guess actually the horses keep galloping. I mean, they're terrified, so they gallop off. Yeah.
Gavin's a little bit out of breath, but also, that was close, my friend. We can have no mistakes with this, or else we'll lose this land.
Riot looks to you and says, "Yes, this would have been the most unfortunate."
So I need to knock down one to use the channel divinity. Sorry.
Ryuk, while Gavin's contemplating the lives he took, Ryuk is going to search the bodies.
Okay. You find the staff, first of all, which does seem to be some kind of magic staff. You're not exactly sure like what it does. It probably serves as a focus, but it does seem to have a particular purpose if you want to investigate that further. You find the kind of standard orders of like investigate the canyons for traps and ambushes. They are obviously expecting ambushes, and it does mention that they check the canyons so that the what's what I'm looking for? Check basically so that their air force can check it, because they do have mechanical flying contraptions. So basically what the plan would be, the scouts go and say where they are, and then the bombing raids runs begin, so they know where to hit. Fatally originate for following. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So that's about you find some gold on them, but at this point, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, he's gonna take a look at that staff and try to figure out its inner workings.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, roll me a Arcana check, or if you got some kind of identifier, there you go.
I don't. I can just see magic, so a 9 on Arcana.
No ideas. Could be destructive, but they didn't seem to be destroying anything.
Okay. He's gonna take it and just carry it with him, just in case.
Yeah.
Okay, sure thing. In fact, a Beepo for 20 for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
That makes 18. We're creeping up on it.
18 out of 20, folks. Let's make it happen. Samurais had drones. These guys aren't samurai. Beepo, you instantly giveaway! Exclamation point! Giveaway! Click the link. Do the things. Your potential will be unlocked. So,
we should make haste.
So he found no means of communication
from the staff we're talking about here?
just in general. Like, he had they didn't have like ravens on them or anything.
They seem to be, this guy seemed to have magic.
Yeah.
Well,
so that seemed to be basically how he did it. I mean, you have the staff. You're not entirely sure how to
use it. Okay.
activate.
It's
Yeah,
basically a walkie-talkie, though, right?
That's what he's assuming. So he hands the staff to Gavin, and it says,
I searched their bodies. I did not find any means of communication, but I don't know how this works.
and he hands him the rod.
He says, I believe the man that was using it was attempting to send a message. Perhaps if we could find someone, maybe the seer girl, capable of using this, they can give a false report and say that everything is clear and to proceed.
I like that idea, my friend. I was also thinking, depending on the intelligence behind these flying machines, if they just go to where the staff is, could we not use the staff to bring down their own drones upon them? Use their airstrike against themselves. But we do not know if they have intelligence or whether they just go to wherever the staff signals them to go.
Yes.
We need to find out more, and I think that all lies with the girl. We should full gallop.
Yes, we should make haste.
For sure.
Okay, so the plan is to continue onwards to the mountaintop fortress?
Yeah,
Yes.
does it look like, so all the 5 horses, did they all escape? Did they all run away?
No, the 2 of them just kind of like kept going for it. They may return back, they may just kind of go off into the wilds.
Okay. So Ryuk is going to take one of the horses that was these men's horses and use that and ride along the canyon top in case there's any other scouts.
Got you. So you're going to ride up top, I'll ride down below, or whatever.
Yeah.
So we've got, of course, then we're separated.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
From
We
what,
can both ride up here. We can see both.
well, that's the thing. From what Yasuda told us, were we on the fastest route to the mountaintop fortress, though, down in the canyon, or would this up here be faster?
down in the canyon would be quicker because you can cut through tunnels and stuff, whereas the canyon leads off in kind of, circuitous routes.
Okay.
I do suggest though that if we did the horses eventually stop, or are they just gone?
Those two are gone. Yeah, you could try and catch up with them.
I don't think we have time. I was going to say if we could tie them off so that they don't suddenly have riderless horses show back up at the Albinite army, would be not fortuitous. But at least we have this staff, and they'd have to send another group to come on this same mission. Let's hope that we've bought enough time. And gallop. Let's go.
All right then. So the group of you, well, the two of you, I suppose, head as quickly as possible towards the mountaintop fortress. Yeah, Josh is having loads of problems staying in the call. He seems like he can get in, but he kicks him out. He's not really sure what's going on. Thanks to El Formaso for the host. Thank you, my friend. So yeah, you ride full speed to the castle, and pretty quickly you guys get there. I mean, these horses are pretty fresh, so ankle breaking aside, stuff like that on the rocks, you do okay. In fact, roll me animal handling checks, because you have a call on the telephone.
Yeah, and if we've got a bad one, we've done that. Gavin can heal them as well.
Can heal up, yeah. I just want to see how long it takes you to do that.
Gotcha. Yeah, it would slow us down. There's no animal handling. 21 for Gavin.
Nice.
7 for Ryok.
Yeah, so it probably takes you maybe just 5 minutes to heal the horse. When Ryok's one takes a tumble, or hurts its breaks a leg or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
As you're not going with caution like you normally do through these caverns, and you do arrive at the castle. Thank you to El Formaso for following as well. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Welcome, my friend. So you do spot them. The mountaintop castle, once again, is kind of just on the edge of a cliff. It's this wooden construction which is large enough to hold a lot of troops. It's not as large as the Iron Court, maybe a third of the size, maybe a half. It can probably hold several thousand troops, and there's kind of outlying villages out around it. Basically, the community has grown up around it, but the villages itself seem to have been completely abandoned at this point. Other than for the fact that there are Albionite troops within, you can see that their flags are raised high above it. They're very kind of proud. Whenever they own any kind of settlement, they'll fly up the flags of their king, Emperor Richard, and also. You see their troops. I mean, you can see them on the walls at this point. It is dawn-ish, I guess. It's probably late dawn, so we're expecting around 9 to 10 a.m. at this point, as you guys have been riding for several hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so you also see that the main force of the Albionites are actually marching into the canyon. So if you can imagine, you guys are looking at the castle, and then to the side, the large canyon which you guys came through before, the kind of main entrance into the Iron Court, is being flooded with tens of thousands of marching troops. Also up ahead, you dive back into the canyon as you see above you guys this kind of chugging a black smoke contraption which can somehow fly in the air. There's also a man inside of it. He's got these kind of big goggles on, and it appears that they have these black powder weapons attached all over this thing, and it's kind of haphazardly flying around, but it's kind of just sails over you guys. And you see kind of back where the other forces are, these things are spreading out over the sky like a swarm of crows, and they clearly have a lot of forces with them. You also see that they have these caravans of black powder with them. These are highly protected and covered with guards, because of course if they exploded, as your plan is to blow some of them up, that would be bad news for many of their forces, of course. You also see mounted divisions. However, the mounted divisions seem to be kind of like scouts for the most part, and their main forces are the ground troops and the flying machines as well.
I look at Ryuk and say, Ryuk, with your sight, you had mentioned they might cast illusion on their wagons to hide which ones were the true black powder carriers. Are you able to identify which are any of those false? Are they actually coming with that much black powder and ammunition?
Yeah, Ryuk will take a look and see. Does he see anything different than what you had mentioned before?
There isn't actually magic within the black powder itself, but there are some caravans which are warded with magic and some which aren't. And these are being maintained by mages who are close by. So it seems as though the ones which are actually black powder are being warded. I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah. And how far away are we from this area?
You're looking down, so it's kind of. I'm really, really bad at distances. It's like
how many elephants is it?
Yeah, how many? Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Imagine, I was saying in chat, imagine when Frodo and Sam enter Mordor for the first time, and they're looking upon all the forces.
We're watching the orcs march out of the Green Castle.
Right,
and
yeah.
We're up and sneaking our head over and seeing all this, and the Nazgul go over, and that's the
Nazgul go over and scream.
So it's that bad. It's what I imagined, but worse.
We're pretty far away then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say we could use some kind of fire to blow up those carts, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen at this distance. Yeah. So he points out to Gavin.
Yes, it appears these carts here are the ones carrying the true black powder.
And he points out to the ones that are magically shielded. He says,
I don't know if that helps us at all. I don't know how we can identify these and tell our troops back there from this distance. Perhaps that rod we found could be reused to warn our troops, but I'm not sure.
Well, it all lies in our gambit that this little girl is the key to our victory. Let us hope so. It is certainly formidable, these forces, but it is never completely hopeless. Let us go find our little speck of hope, hopefully. Whoops, too many hopes in that.
Too many.
Too many.
All right, so there are troops stationed outside the castle. There are troops flooding within. There are even troops, inside, and those going into the canyon. And there's all around you. There are the flying machines who are kind of scouting down into the crevasses and canyons. How are you guys going about this?
Well, I guess my first question is: are any of the refugees, maybe from the village whose belongings we brought back, are they still around the area? What have the Albanites done with them? Because one of them or some of them might be either way for us to sneak in as one of them, or potentially, since they've been in and out and all around this fortress, they might have information.
Yeah, most of them probably fled with the Scarred Man back to the Iron Court, but most likely, if any still remain, they're inside the walls of the fortress itself.
And just on time, there is follower number 20.
Hey, thank you to the Electric Princess for following. Welcome to the event, my friend. You're a gentle lady and a scholar. Thank you so much for joining us today in our adventure. So what we're going to be doing, we have a human and a tiefling, I believe. So Ryk's a tiefling.
Yep.
And Gavin's a human. So what we're going to be doing is these guys are trying to get into the mountaintop fortress, but of course it's not going to be that easy. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Thank you to Visley for following. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So underneath that line I've put there in the chat for us some ideas as to what could happen next in our adventure. They're trying to break into the fortress, but it's surrounded by Albionite troops, who are the enemy troops, who will later this evening be killing in battle with their companions and their army. Thank to Alex, Wiz, and Daggers in the Dark for following you, all gentlefolk and scholars. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. Boy, we're getting close to that 9,000 mark. I can feel the power growing inside of us. So get some ideas into the chat room. The most popular idea that we get into the straw poll will actually affect our game. So I'm very eager to hear what you guys have and what ideas we have rolling here. So coming back to you guys, you don't see any refugees immediately. However, one thing can be said of the Albionites, and that is that they are fairly peaceful conquerors. They do force people to kind of live in their own like cultural ideals and values and their systems, but they don't enslave people. They don't kind of bring down horrible punishments upon people as such. Truthfully, it could be said that whilst they, their initial kind of conquering might be a bit more brutal to subjugate the people, but once the time of peace is there, I mean, it is a peaceful place. So unlikely that if they do have like captives that they're being harmed too much. And you served with the Albionites for a while.
So do we see locals going in or out of?
At this point, no. It seems to be a military operation.
So the gates are closed.
Gates are
Drawbridge
closed.
up.
Drawbridge up. Legs closed.
Yep. I guess I talked to Ryuk. We were once a part of this army. We could try to put our uniforms back on and pretend like we are part of it once again. But there is always the chance we will bump into someone we know, or we'll be recognized. Unfortunately, I'm usually quite easy to spot. You as a tiefling, there don't seem to be many tieflings down there as well. I'm afraid we'd stick out like a sore thumb. We have to get in, though.
I don't think I can talk when I am muted. He says I don't think that donning the armor will help us much. It's very apparent that we are not one of them. And if we are spotted, it would mean the worst outcome.
You guys are also probably public enemy number 1 for the Albionites at this time.
Right.
What time of day is it, Will?
9 to 10 a.m.
Okay. And what time did we think they were planning on marching?
I mean, they already are marching.
They already are.
Oh, okay, so they're already on the move. Okay.
So it could be another 4 hours till they reach the canyon.
Okay.
But maybe most likely longer, because it actually took your forces quite a while to march there, seeing as there are potentially 40,000 people flooding in.
Yeah. How long does it look? So if they're leaving the castle, the mountaintop castle, how long does it look until all their forces are outside of the castle area?
I mean, they're going to leave behind a rear guard. So by the time that all of them flood through, I mean, you could be waiting here an hour, you could be waiting here 2, and then there'll be left only the rear guard. So a couple thousand maybe.
So in this peaceful coexistence, does there seem to be a enclave of locals at all?
If there is one, they are most likely within the walls. They seem to have, sectioned off the village for the troops at this point, and probably evacuated everyone inside of the castle as you most likely would do in a wartime to get the hell inside in case an attack comes from the samurai people. But I mean, you never know. If you got inside the village, there might be people staying in their homes. You just can't see them from this point.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, the reality is we have to go away to the village and all the way back. We might as well stay here and wait to see if something happens. We can't wait till nightfall. the gates are closed. We're not going to be. We're public enemy number one.
So Ryuk looks to Gavin and he says,
It would be best if we wait here. It will take only some time for them to march out of the castle at the top of the mountain. Leaving their rear guard, we could easily slip by the rear guard. And the longer we watch their forces, the more information we have to retrieve and bring back to our main body.
Or, yes. Or, I don't know if they'll be as so easy to fool. We have this staff. I wonder if there'd be some way to confuse their air force, their forces that fly, and even if it just causes a distraction, have one. If I can get one close enough to me, I could try to paralyze the flyer, the pilot. We could maybe cause a crash.
Perhaps, but I do not know how to use that staff. Maybe you can figure it out. If not, we should wait.
I can always... I was gonna say, just detect magic doesn't tell me how to use magic, right? Will,
no, that's what my eyes do. It just tells you that.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's the same thing you did.
Identifying is the issue. You're like, shit, this thing's magic. What does it do?
Yeah. And just Arcana doesn't identify things, does it?
No. I mean, like, if you, I'd let you roll on it. Usually it doesn't, but I usually allow Arcana rolls to identify something. So yeah, let's have a roll on it.
Detect magic will identify what school of magic it is, but not how to use it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
14. So.
Yeah. You get the feeling it sends magic from one place to another.
Right. But yeah. Okay. No, I understand.
Yeah.
Well. I think the staff or the girl are our only options. Currently, the girl is outside of our grasp unless maybe she couldn't get in either and went to the village. Or if there's a magic user in the village who might be able to assist us. Or it's possible that we've gone on a fool's errand and we are just wasting time until Josh returns.
This has the making of a side quest.
This has a making of a side quest.
He says, tell you what, Gavin.
You guys made the quest.
I will stand by and watch the troop movement. You try to figure out how to use that staff. Either way, we must wait until the troops leave the mountaintop castle.
Yeah, might as well see if we can find anything that could be useful to us while we wait for them to march out of.
Oh, yeah.
I have heard tell that if you spend time with a magical artifact, you grow to use it.
It is true.
So
Yeah,
I've
so-
heard
so
such things
I-
as well. It
Ryuk
was
is
that
gonna,
way
like-
with my sword.
That's true. Ryuk is gonna go like stealthily towards the cliff edge and like watch the troop movement and try to like get a beat on like where the important people are. Like this is where the explosive caravans are loaded. This is where this is loaded.
right, yeah. Yeah, you get a good spy out of the area as you guys wait, and then it's just as you're doing this, you're figuring out the key locations that you can get into that you steal a viewer decision as a decisive winner, and it looks like they've left the doors open, the gates open to the fortress, and they're
Thank
looking,
you, Chad.
and they're looking in the other direction. In fact, the reason that they're looking in the other direction is because there is some kind of giant bird creature, blue bird.
The Sasquatch.
That can only be described as a Sasquatch. And you hear this from the skies, and the screech echoes around. You look up, and this huge swooping blue bird is kind of coming down into the castle and just eviscerates several of the guys, and they're rushing out of the gates and trying to take it down. They're completely focused on the Sasquatch.
Oh no, Ryuk, I think he found your stash of Masawana. Little did you know, by leaving behind some Masawana, it would bring down the Sasquatch just when we needed it.
Yeah.
says, no, with the Sasquatch. It is away from its mountain home. I could easily climb the mountain and retrieve more of the Masawana.
you're like so conflicted. You're like, mountaintop fortress, Masawana. Mountaintop fortress.
It also had the clutch of eggs. You have a penchant for raising wild animals. Perhaps you could cook it or raise it.
Since Shin isn't around to nod at me, I take out Agatha and bang him on the back of the head. The mountaintop fortress. So the mountaintop fortress it is.
Nice. So, indeed, the Eagles do appear to be going. You group of you rush towards the mountaintop fortress, and in all of the chaos that's happening as this bird is swooping down and destroying swaves of these men, you break inside the fortress. So you look around you at this, familiar setting with kind of barracks areas, mess halls, living quarters, and in the center of which is the house which the scarred man once lived.
Yeah, that's where we go first.
Line, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So are you just kind of rushing straight towards it? I mean, there are troops around here.
Well, I mean, I guess we are. That's where we're headed, but we are going to try not to draw attention. Go around the walls, through the stables. Not having a map. Behind the kitchen. Over. Through the outhouse. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, Ryuk is gonna try to be as stealthy as possible.
So, you roll me some stealth checks.
Darn it.
18.
Nice.
That one.
Natural one.
Where the blue dialect closed. So on a nat, and that's Ryuk rolled in that one, right?
No,
No,
Ryuk
it was
was
Gavin.
So Gavin,
Gavin's a big guy. He's a blacksmith. He's got a giant.
No. So Will, the plan was that Ryuk was gonna be the distraction. I'm sorry, that
Yes.
Ryuk would just sneak in,
Oh right.
thereby granting Ryuk advantage.
Yeah.
That
So
was the plan all along, right?
Yeah.
You're doing that, and Fane and Map and TV for the host was up in bar. Thank you, my friend. Level 7 arcane archer, arrows from nowhere, from the sky. So, Gavin, you're kind of you're sneaking through here, and you kind of run into a man. You kind of turn a corner, you smack bang into him, and you look at it as he's kind of recovering, and it's Sergeant Matsu, the guy who you were in episode 1 working for. He was your the guy who kind of gave you the initial quest, and he looks at you as he's kind of, Gavin. His hand is going towards his sword.
I cast blindness, deafness on him.
Okay.
I hit him with the Raven Queen's head. Boy, she's coming in handy today.
Yeah,
And,
sure is.
It's another one of my necrotic spells, and cast blindness and deafness upon him.
It'd be great if we just hit him with Agatha, and that's what causes blindness, deafness. Just bing!
Hey, I'm willing to do it. I have Agatha in the necrotic hand, and of all things, the necrotic energy fills Agatha with a glowing blackness. And as I come around and connect with him, he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Nice. Dude, Parking Seal, the Shamutanti Hills or whatever, or the Shamnanti Hills from those not Forgotten Realms, those Steve Jackson books. That is my shit when I was a kid. So he has to make a, what save?
Constitution
save. All right, Sergeant Matsu, he rolls a 20 on his save.
Ugh.
Not natural, but still pretty
Not
good.
natural, so yeah, no, he makes it.
So, Will, I don't want to alarm you.
Oh dear.
You may have to stop the stream and go put a sock on the door. Because I was just alerted by your chat that Wizards just released the newest Unearthed Arcana, and in it is a Knight fighter type and a Samurai fighter type.
No, I've seen.
way.
We're gonna start the whole campaign over, guys. We're gonna make
All
it
over.
Yeah, I've actually.
They've been watching the campaign, obviously, and
Yeah, of course they've been watching, and yeah, they love the show, big fans.
It's Watsy_Will is the new Twitter handle. So go ahead and follow that.
so
Oh.
So he does not go blind or deaf, I assume. That was my
Right.
action, so I guess he's got an action. Unless
Yes. On his action, he screams, "Intruders!" And immediately, Tim being a captain, he's also got a horn, and he goes into the horn of Gondor, and
The
he
beacons are lit.
gives it a good bellow.
So did Ryuk get caught up in this?
What did you roll, Rook?
An 18.
No, you're away from the madness.
Okay. So while this madness is happening, Ryuk is going to be slinking away towards that area to find that girl.
Okay, so yeah, you
As he often leaves Gavin to handle his own messes.
yeah,
Yes.
right. That makes sense.
Yeah, well, or just lie dead. That works.
Yeah, or just, yeah.
Um,
Relaxing for the oncoming battles that are way more important than fighting demons. It's fine.
So I, at that point, I've got to leave this to Ryuk. My distraction is done. I cast Sanctuary on myself
Uh-huh.
and book it back out the main doors. So anyone who tries to attack me
Nice.
has to make a Wisdom saving throw or not attack me as I
Okay.
flee.
That's pretty good.
So we're going to say, a division of his archers from the rooftop. We're going to fire a volley down on Gavin. So I'm going to make a bunch of wisdom saves first of all. So, which one? So, what's your DC?
For that is 13, so it's not great.
Okay, I will tell you how many arrows are going to be fired away. So that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, they rolled some terrible. So it's actually just going to be 4 arrows out of the 10 as a kind of a unit fire down on you, and they're going to make
Yeah,
their
they're still going to make their attack rolls. That's just
Yeah.
to let them attack, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So 6 of them are like, they hesitate as they see you, and the divine radiance around you, and then 4 of them, a 25, a 13, a 26, a 21.
3.
3 of them hit. I'm guessing.
Yep, 3 hit.
All right. No worries, Laura. Have a good night. See you soon. Enjoy. So they're going to roll their damage. So 3 hits equals, I'll just give you a total 12 plus 10, 22 plus 7. So 29 damage from these 3 arrows as they kind of like stick you in the back just as you're fleeing out from the castle here.
Okay. Is there any horse or anything that so I'm fleeing out, like, not up the main road, like, again, out that back side road towards the villages and the other cities and that sort of stuff. Is there a horse? Is there anything that I can get to ride into the sunset
one
on?
thing, and
I'm
that
sorry?
is there's only one thing, and that is a Sasquatch. And it's just kind of like swooping down and takes out a swathe of troops like 15 feet away from you. And it's kind of like it's landed on the ground. It's kind of looking at you. It's in your way. So coming towards you. Behind you, there are archers readying another volley.
So let's see if this works. So you can call me on my bullshit, but if you want, this is what I'm going to try.
Okay.
I cast Beacon of Hope on myself,
Okay.
which puts hope and vitality into whatever creatures that I have in my sight. And it gives them saving throws on wisdom and that sort of stuff, and they get the maximum. But the big thing is it's hope and vitality. So I'm making a connection with this animal, and then gonna do a clutch
Alright,
animal handling check.
You
to
can roll
see
an animal handling check at advantage for the magical
to hop on and ride off on a
Hop on,
giant
hop on.
Sasquatch. Anyone want to throw me an at 20 before I roll this? I don't have one. That's probably too late. So here we go. I rolled an at 20. The dice gods are with me. Yeah, baby.
He is the champion. He is the champion.
Believe in the dice gods.
Oh, damn. Praise be unto the dice gods. And praise be unto Feral Foxchild and Turbulent Moss for following. You're both gentlemen and
Dude,
scholars.
I've got like chills.
Yeah, that is awesome. So you see the Sasquatch be before you, and you just kind of describe to me what happens actually, because it's
Dude,
gonna.
it's Daenerys getting on the dragon, man.
Oh yeah.
I totally go and just I look into the eyes. I cast Beacon of Hope. So you see this bright. This bright light. Dude, this is the scene. It's my shirt. Basically, cast this light of this beacon, and it's in front of the Sasquatch's eyes. Its eyes light up. We connect our two eyes. I give it a nod. It gives me a nod. I swing up on its back, and woof, woof. We take a swing just for dramatic effect around the outside of the thing. And I do not fly towards the again, I don't fly like I don't want them thinking that I'm going up towards for reinforcements. I fly towards the village until I'm out of sight and then can double back at some point.
Yeah, it kind of just lowers its head as you get onto it, and it begins huge leathery wings and just goes upwards. It's taking like arrow fire. They're all kind of like shooting up at it, but it's kind of leathery high. It just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and I'll lay on hands basically as we're going. So I'm just basically infusing it with lay on hands for anything that it does take.
Nice, awesome stuff. So
can we make it really good? So it's big blue Sasquatch, but there's sort of a ghostly black raven shadow around the outside of it.
Nice, yeah, awesome. And you're kind of flying outwards as the troops kind of give chase. The mechanical flying machines are kind of giving chase, but the Sasquatch actually has far greater speed than you. We'll get back to that in a second. So Ryuk, you have managed to go unseen currently.
Yeah, it appears as though all the forces have fled the castle for some reason. It's very strange.
Yeah, indeed. Well, not all of them, but certainly many of them are going out of here. And you break into the house, which previously the girl stayed in. You see the main room which you were in before, and there's a closed door to a side room which the little girl used to stay in.
Yeah, he goes right towards that, based on the Albionite Scarman's description.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Absolutely. So you bust open a door, and in a little chair is the young girl with her soft silvery hair. She's around 8 to 9 years old. She can't speak.
Yeah, he looks to her and he says, "What are you doing here? Why did you come back here?"
She she looks at you. She looks surprised to see you. A little bit kind of scared of you as well. I mean, you're quite a scary guy.
Yeah, that's the goal, is to look like a demon. He says, the armored man, Gavin, we are fighting to rescue you. You are needed at the castle. Your grandmother has disappeared. She has taken on the form of a demon and grown wings and flown away.
She gives you like furrowed brow looks. You're like worried.
Can you help us?
She nods.
Do you have more of the herb?
She nods. She gets a little pack of this moss, which allows her to see things.
He crouches down next to her, and he says, "Do you know the way out of the village?"
Nods.
Do you know a hidden way out of the village?
Nods again.
She says, take us there now. The forces are distracted. We must leave quickly.
So she motions towards her bed, and she motions for you to kind of move it.
Yeah, he does. He kind of drags out of the way.
Pull little girl's bed out of the way. And there's a little door, kind of trap door underneath there. And she kind of opens it up with a key which she has, little kind of a golden key which she has, opens it up, and it leads down into a tunnel.
Nice.
She immediately begins climbing down it.
Yeah, he goes to the door of this of the Albionite man's castle, or his room here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use thaumaturgy.
Okay.
And I am going to I'll use it several times. So I'm going to be shouting at 3 times my normal volume to wherever I assume Gavin is, because I didn't know he took the giant bird. But he basically just makes his voice louder, all Dumbledore style, and says, "Gavin, return!" And then he slams the door. He's going to grab the bed and slide it back over.
Yeah.
Latch that thing closed as he takes the tunnel.
So,
and hope Gavin gets the message.
So, the little girl kind of leads you down into the tunnel, and yeah, you strike up a torch or cast light, whatever, to illuminate it down here.
Oh, he doesn't. I mean, yeah. I guess if she he does, he can see whatever.
Yeah, in fact, she doesn't need to either. So yeah, it seems that you guys can travel along in the darkness. But she shows you something as she's down here, and she, I guess, how would she like sign this? I guess does Ryk have any like knowledge of sign language?
I mean, he has like thieves can't, which they can use hand signs and other weird things like that. So yeah, you can probably pick up enough of it.
Yeah, it kind of translates somewhat. So she signs, and obviously Will can't sign, so I don't have a clue. But she does a bunch of hand things, and she basically signs that she's come back here for something. And she draws down into her little robe, and she brings out this like stiletto dagger. And she signs symbol, which could translate into sigil as well.
Yes, is this the key to the samurai sigil?
She nods. She looks happy that you've garnered this.
Is this the samurai sigil?
She shakes.
Your grandmother has left us to find the sigil,
She nods.
and we must secure this key. Come. Where does this tunnel lead?
And out is what she says. By the burnt village.
The burnt village. Where the hell's that? What do
that
Oh, that's the one that we went to? Okay,
Yeah.
that's the opposite direction, right?
It is, but the canyons could probably lead back towards the Iron Court.
Okay. Oh yeah, right.
It's the right angle.
The map.
Yeah, it's that way. This is Iron Court up that way. So it's
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So he's gonna follow her in a relative silence while she starts to sign things.
Sure thing. So you guys come out of the you come out of the tunnel after some time out into the abandoned village. But we'll say about this point, you can see the Sasquatch up ahead, flying above, and it appears that there's this dark raven figure around the creature, and that Gavin is riding it.
Yeah, I guess the only thing hold on, let me see. What the hell else can Dermataji do? Nothing cool. Yeah, so he again is going to. I guess he's assuming no one's in this burnt out village since everyone sort of wasn't there before anyway. Right? There's no one in this village, right? That's the one we blew up.
It's completely abandoned. Yeah.
I guess he's gonna take a cursory glance around to see if there's any more of the. Because I think we found black powder here last time. He's gonna see if he sees any more, and then whether he does or not, he's going to use Thaumaturgy to call out to Gavin loudly, hope for the best.
Okay, so you don't spot any like black powder within the village. Seems like it's been, completely, run dry of resources. But yeah, you can shout up to Gavin for sure. What do you say?
Yeah, he just says,
Gavin, I have the girl. The burnt out village.
Do I hear?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Then I guide him down. I guide down guide down the Sasquatch. We sort of swing down and around and land, and I sort of take off and I sort of ruffle its feathers, and I say, "Thank you, my friend. You certainly saved my life today. Live in peace and one with the land." And actually, I kind of I let the other hand turn into the fox hand, which is was given to me by the spirit of the land, and sort of lay my hand on its head and just say, "May the land's blessings be upon you," and send it off.
Nice. Yeah. The creatures go and he kind of like bows his head once again and flies up back to his eyrie. He gives Ryk a distrustful look.
Ryuk has no idea what it was talking about.
It
It was one time.
was one time.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryuk doesn't say anything about the stiletto. He just says,
Of course he doesn't. Why would he?
Yeah, no. That's an important thing that he should tell the party, and so he's not going to.
Of course
Um,
not.
He
Actually,
like,
you need to surprise Shin with it when you see Shin.
Yeah. So he like pats the girl on the head and says,
We must go back. She says she can help us.
We must. Sorry, I had like 5 things pop up all at once.
"It's pause for dramatic effect."
Yes, I paused for dramatic effect. I'm still reliving my time on the Sasquatch. Yes, by all means, we need to do whatever we can to lend aid to our forces.
Given perhaps it will be slower to take the canyon top pass, but perhaps you can do whatever you did before with your hand and blow up at least one of their caravans. It may slow them down. I can identify which caravan is carrying the black powder.
I can certainly send a bolt of energy into it, but I cannot. Are you able to break down the wards around it? My magic won't penetrate through the wards.
So do I know, is it like shielded or is it just like disguised? Do I know what kind of...
It's shielded. So,
it is, okay.
So you would need to either destroy the staff that the mage was using, or kill the mage, or somehow just like break through the barrier.
Okay.
The problem with that, of course, I mean that could be done, is that the caravans are back there, and also with the 40,000 troops in the canyon.
Yeah.
So they'll be going back into the lion's den.
Yeah, I thought they were just shielded, as in like you couldn't see that they were disguised. They were magically disguised. I didn't realize it was an actual like offensive ward over the top of them.
All right, no worries.
Yeah. So then, he won't.
No, I do not believe I can break the warding. I wasn't sure what your gods were granting you power for, but perhaps it's best if we go. We must get back quickly.
And he mounts his horse, or
Yes.
he doesn't, because he doesn't have a horse. He came out of
Yeah,
town.
horse.
So we
Yeah,
quickly.
all that was around was a Sasquatch, right? And down here we're in an abandoned village.
Yep.
We're screwed.
Someone had
Yeah,
to
you see the
look at
Sasquatch away. You see the Sasquatch which is going back up to his eyrie in the distance at this point. Guys,
immediately
Someone
have
let the Sasquatch go too soon, I guess.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Never should have let her go.
Never should have let the Sasquatch go. Darn it. Yeah, I wasn't thinking ahead.
It was too cool a moment, you know.
It was too cool a moment. You know me. Screw the campaign. Do I get my moment?
Yeah.
Sasquatch.
So no, I guess
That's Ryuk's mentality.
we should start heading in the direction. I pick up the little girl and put her on my shoulders, as I've done in the past, and certainly keep an eye out for any horses, hey, we know there's actually potentially 5 horses that are running this way.
Also, there's at least 2 horses we tied up halfway through the canyon.
Halfway through the canyon, but the side canyon, so possibly. So we know at least where 2 are, and hopefully we might find 2 running this way. And
Most likely by now, those horses. I mean, they were ahead of you, and they were horses, so they're much faster. So they're probably like in the area by now. You could stop to try and search for horses, or you could just push on and wait to get to the halfway horses.
Yeah, I think Ryuk would suggest just pushing on. The amount of time lost searching for horses might not.
yeah, I'll follow your lead because I don't have good investigation, and there's not. I don't have anything that would help.
Okay.
They don't count as an object, so I can't
yeah,
find
so-
object. I can't locate object on
Yeah.
them.
So if he makes a suggestion, while we're in camp or in this town, Ryuk will give a quick investigation to see if there's any signs of life. of like horses and like that. So I'll give you a quick roll for that.
Like,
Wow,
23 on investigation.
For average, pretty good. You find a set of horse hooves tracks, which lead into the canyon.
Yeah. So as he's saying, it would be best to drive on and find the horses we tethered. He notices just a track of horse hooves, and he's like,
Perhaps we should follow these hooves.
As you point them out, I do a survival check for tracking the horses, which enrolled an 18.
Sure. Yeah, you pick up the trail, and we're going to say after maybe half an hour heading into the canyon, you guys find these two horses that are just kind of. They found a patch of grass in the canyon, and they're kind of trying to calm down on the grass.
Ryu jumps out and startles them. No. Yeah, he quietly approaches the animals. Actually, I'll let Gavin do it because he's the horse.
I rolled an animal handling. I got a 10 and a 19. Don't know if I have advantage or not on approaching these guys.
Yeah, not advantage test, but you can, for the sake of expedition, or expediting the process, you get the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ow. Foot. Dude, I totally stubbed my toe, man. That's the most painful thing. So, there's nothing worse than a stub toe, really, is there? In this modern
there is. It's stepping on a Lego or a deform is equally
bad. Or in fact a plug. I don't know if you ever stood. Oh man,
I've stepped on a plug before. I thought I was gonna die. Right in the arch of my foot. Oh man.
Why do they make those things so evil?
Well, European plugs are also way worse than American plugs. So.
Yeah, no, because you guys have 2 prongs.
You guys have like 9+ prongs. Like they're all, and they're huge.
Like
they're
razor sharp. I mean,
we chisel them down.
Sharpen those things up. It's like screw my long sword. I want a European plug, man.
Yeah.
My +3 European plug.
Yeah. So we bolt back towards
horses and
the side pass, I guess. Whatever way we can get around these.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's the minefield of European plugs before you that the Albionites have brought.
Yeah, have just left.
Damn Albionites!
Just throw them behind them from behind.
Everyone go like caltrops.
Yeah.
Man, that's what the British Army used, So.
Yeah, they just. Well, that's what they did after the war. They just used they're using the surplus as plugs.
It wasn't barbed wire. It was just an elaborate array of plugs they just wrapped around fences.
Exactly. There's a trap for my next dungeon. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. That's a good one.
Oh, terrible.
That sounded so dirty. If you hear what you want to hear, you hear what you want to hear, Stick. Yeah. So, you guys run on back. Roll me some athletics checks because you've been running all day back and forth, and you're now trying to ride at full speed towards the Iron Court.
It's been a long day.
10 and an 8.
A 10 and 8 from both of you.
Yep.
So yeah, you're pretty exhausted at this point, as are the horses. Probably the main problem is that the horses are tired, and you guys are trying to go as quickly as possible. But your adrenaline is kind of worn out after the initial injection of it after the chase and everything. So you're kind of beginning to tire and slow a little bit as you're not making great progress. Also, you're trying to plot the course as well because you haven't been down this side canyon before to turn. At this point, you have returned to your kind of halfway point where you find your horses, and you can hear all around you. I mean, you're down in the side canyon, but you can hear the echoing sounds of the troops nearby of the Albionite forces. I mean, 40,000 troops in a narrow canyon make a lot of noise, and so you can also see their machines flying up around you guys. And as you get to the halfway point at your horses, and you can switch and change for fresh horses, you actually see one of these spinning machines coming above you to investigate this canyon.
I think Ryak will leap off his horse and send the horse back the way it came, and try to press himself against the canyon wall as much as possible to become a smaller target.
All right, give me that stealth check.
27.
27's damn fine.
Yeah.
He
Gavin.
does not spot you.
Gavin will try as well. Double 12s.
All right, let me roll this guy's perception check, and we'll see how he does. Hopefully, he rolls low. Oop, there we go. He rolls a dead 12, so I'll give it to the player in this case. Seeing as I was so mean to you last episode with Cthulhu, I still feel bad about that.
It did make some great fans.
It was awesome. It was mean, but awesome.
As well. Yeah, cool. So you manage to just like press up against the wall and it flies over. It's like one of the Nazgul when they're I think a lot of Lord of the Rings similarities today. Yeah, goes overhead and you hear it go dum, 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 and it kind of comes down into the canyon and it gets like, you know, pretty low, so maybe it's like 40 feet high at this point in the canyon. If you wanted to make an action and do something, then now would be the kind of opportune moment if you wanted to.
What does this flying contraption look like?
So imagine, I don't know how Warhammer lore you know, but the dwarven gyrocopters are my
So
inspiration.
it's like an ornithopter.
It's like an ornithopter. Exactly,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So, or like the WoW,
Yeah, the WoW ones.
The
as well.
gnomish,
The
the
WoW
gnomish
ones.
flying machine.
the gnomish flying
yeah.
machine
I
type
made a
idea.
flying machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So open cockpit or closed cockpit?
It looks like an open cock right now.
Get the fuck out.
Thank you, Daddy Yams, for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentle yam.
I look
Follow
at
at just the right time.
Ryuk, and he can. I've got one hand on Gavin. I've got one hand on the St. Cuthbert medal, and I've got the other one all Raven Queen charge. And I look at him and questioningly whether we're going to do this. Or whether are we going to do this?
Yeah. He looks at his character sheet and figures out what to do.
I know my mum, Templar.
Yeah. He. How far away is this thing from us?
So it's 40 feet up in the sky, so, you know, 40 up, 20 long.
Okay. Yeah. He looks to him and says, "If you think you can bring it down, perhaps we could use it. If one of us could pilot it, you had good command of that bird. Perhaps you have command of this flying contraption."
The not crashing part's going to be a problem, but he's 40 feet away. We'll try. I'm voting that he's got some wisdom if he's flying this thing. So I'm gonna go the other direction. I'm gonna guiding bolt him. The driver, not the machine.
Okay.
Damn it.
What's your roll?
11.
So what's the bolt look like?
It's St. Cuthbert's guided bolt, so it looks like Thor's hammer flying through a golden
Nice.
Thor's hammer flying through the sky at him. It basically, on a collision course with the open cockpit to hopefully knock him upside the head.
Nice. Okay, so unfortunately for you, this kind of the Thor's hammer bolt just kind of fizzles into the mechanical like carapace of the machine. So it's like when a car gets hit by lightning. I'm sorry, I've actually been in a car when it was hit by lightning. It's super cool. It's also terrifying, but you're like, oh shit, that happened, and it basically just kind of like goes around it and doesn't actually seem to damage him.
It grounds out basically. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an action for me. I've got other things I can do, but it depends on how you want to run this, Will.
Let's have Ryuk take an action, and then we'll have this guy.
Ryuk can't do shit. Yeah, he doesn't have anything long ranged. Although, you know what? Let's just go for broke. He does the same thing he tried with Osa again, and he tries to launch himself off of Gavin.
All right.
And Misty Step. Okay.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
So do you want an athletics or an acrobatics roll for that to launch myself off Gavin?
probably an athletics.
Okay.
Because it's just like sheer power.
Because that's a -1. 18.
Hey, there you go.
18.
Nice. So, nice. Yeah.
So yeah, basically, I get like I see him like throw his guiding bolt, and like I'm watching it like trajectory wise, and I just run up and just launch myself off Gavin's shoulders. And as I like reach whatever the height of my jump is, I like a gray silvery cloud appears around me, and I bloop bloop into the ornithopter.
Dude, you totally just Nightcrawlered that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you totally do.
Yeah.
You totally
I
do.
figured what's great for an assassin to have Misty Step done. Sign me up.
Dude, that's so cool.
Misty Step into. The,
You even have a tail, dude. You're blue and have a tail. You are a Nightcrawler.
It's true.
Yeah. The truth comes out. You found my secret. I made a Nightcrawler assassin. Yeah, so he teleports into the ornithopter. Yeah, I guess he surprises the shit out of that guy. Because that's a movement and a bonus action. So if I can still attack this guy.
Yeah. So you've launched yourself into like the cockpit of this one.
Yeah.
And he's just like, ah! What are you doing?
Oh shit!
I'm gonna attack the shit out of him.
Surprised and hasn't taken an action.
Yeah, he's surprised he hasn't taken action, so that's my specialty. So let's see.
He's having a bad time. Also, guys, we're about to hit 9,000. Today or tomorrow, most likely. So if you haven't followed, go out there, grab your friends, grab your mum, get her to create a Twitch.tv account, and don't show her the rest of Encounter Roleplay.
Show
Just get
any
her
episodes.
And when we hit 9,000, you guys are going to get a special event. We could have suggestions thus far been a chat plays game. I probably wouldn't do a 24 hours one. I would do a 12-hour chat plays. An anime-themed one-shot. Any other ideas? Get them in. Go and tell your friends, and let's make it happen. We've got like 20 minutes left of the show. So let's see if we can do it.
So, so I hit with a 25 and a 24. I'm assuming that hits literally anyone.
Yes, that hits so hard.
Yeah, and so with my bonus damage, my sneak attack damage, and the fact that he was surprised, he takes 40 damage all in all.
Ouch.
Yeah.
How do you kill this man?
So yeah, I basically pop up into the thing, and I just sort of take my Nijato and I stick it in both of his shoulders, and then like chopsticks, I just toss him out of the ornithopter, and like sheath my swords, and then I get in the pilot, and then I'm gonna figure this out. Figure out how to
Now
fly.
the fun begins. The assassination part,
Yeah,
that's Tuesday.
yeah. Assassination's my bread and butter. Flying an ornithopter, different story.
Awesome. Yeah, you just like completely take this guy down. So you don't want to fly the ornithopter?
Oh, no, I'm in it. Yeah, I toss him out of the cockpit.
Yeah, you kind of like, "Wah!" He
Yeah.
Wilhelm screams over the side, even though he's dead somehow.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm sure he dies on impact.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's very.
So I guess I'll roll an investigation and just see if I can figure out how the hell these buttons work. The levers in here. Yeah, let's find out what happens. A 10? Unless someone in chat wants to give me advantage.
A 10 is not so great. You crash into the side of the canyon, and you're getting the mechanical creation stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. If I can get this thing to land without exploding, that's the current goal. If I can just get it to get down without blowing up everyone around me, would be great.
Okay, so yeah, it takes damage, but you get it onto the floor.
Okay. So then I basically so I land very rocky, and I look to Gavin and I say, "You amulet contraptions are terrifying. How do I fly this thing?"
I can do an investigation. Maybe with my blacksmithing skill, I can recognize some kind of. I mean, it's not tinkering, but he does work with metal and things.
Sure, yeah, give me that roll.
So what am I doing? Like my smith's tools type idea?
Yeah, that'd work.
Got a 19 with smith's tools.
19's damn good,
Figure
yeah.
stuff out.
You know, you've seen these contraptions back when you were working with the Albionites, and you've got a pretty clear idea about how to use them, and how to kind of like fix it from you do some minor repairs to the thing.
Yeah, so I get it fixed up, and I guess Well, here's the question: is is this like in our military that you have to be a smaller person to fit in the cockpit, or is it something? Should I be telling Ryuk how to fly? Could I even fit in the cockpit?
Yeah, it's got a passenger seat, we'll say.
Oh, even better.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
So, scoot over. I'm driving, and
Yeah, so I get in the back and I kind of like position the child somewhere.
So, yeah, put her on your lap, and I basically do so if you'll see in front of you, those 3 buttons are the whirlybirds, the piercing hornets, and the take a shit bomb. And Gavin just sort of, that's what he calls them, the horse shit bomb, the cow plop bomb, the stinging bees, and the hawk explosives. So basically, a missile, a gun, and a bomb.
Works.
Nice.
Gavin relates everything back to the animals of shooing things.
Gavin,
Sure.
could we target the black powder with this? Even if it cannot break through the magical barriers, I assume whatever you said this cow plop bomb would make quite a mess.
Well, it's very powerful, and certainly has. It's made of iron, which I know has often disrupted metallic things. Let me give something a try. So, yeah, no. So mount again. Will, go ahead. Ring the big motherfucking cow trucker's buzzer whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
So I go around, and there's a big cow plop bomb underneath of it. I take my promise ring, my Signe's promise ring, which is silver and magical,
Of course.
and put it in my necrotic hand, and I bring up sacred flame with the other hand, and I just sort of with the necrotic power, the sacred flame going, sort of push the sort of go like this: necrotic, sacred flame, ring, push it in and melt it into the outside of the bomb with just a prayer of saying, "Let this find its mark," and sort of this is where we start winging it, and I'll let you know that I do that with a hope and a prayer. We are flying on a hope and a prayer.
So in the arms of an angel starts to play, as you guys begin to very haphazardly fly
On the highway to the danger zone.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I start calling Ryu Goose. It's great.
And you guys begin to fly over the canyons high here, and make your way over towards the iron core.
Right.
However, at the same time, you do realize that the air is filled with these strange mechanical flying contraptions.
I try to fly casual. my Star Wars fans? Anyone?
Hold on 1 second.
So, quick
Okay.
question. My idea would be is that to somehow time our dropping this bomb on the cue from all of the the other explosions. I don't know whether we're within moments of that happening or hours away from that happening, but sort of the idea would be is
Right.
we have the 2 explosions on either end, trapping them in, and then we drop the bomb on one of the ones in the middle to try to really make it.
So before we do anything crazy, what was flying this before?
There was a guy, or do you mean like the levers?
Yeah,
and
was it a guy, just like some random Albionite dude?
it was an albino
Okay.
dude. Yeah.
So like as we crest the top of the canyon and we can see that the fucking horizon is full of these things, Ryuk shoves the girl down and then like puts his hand to his chest, and like out of the corner of your eye, Gavin, you just see Ryuk shimmer and disappear.
Nice.
I cast invisibility on myself.
Awesome.
Nice.
Now channeling invisibility, and it looks like there's only one single Albionite man flying.
Albionite man flying, and I, is there maybe hopefully a goggles and stuff does he have a spare set of goggles or helmet that's
Yeah,
in
absolutely. Yeah, he's got like the backup goggles just in case, sort of thing.
here?
Yeah.
So I put on I think it's like like one of those little leather football helmets. I mean, that real steampunky aviator look. So I've got like the hat with the flaps and goggles. So I just look like big Albionite pilot.
Nice.
Red hair
Also, I want to thank Ripped Off Mum for falling. Welcome to the adventure, Mum. You're a gentle mum and a scholar. Thank
There's
you.
another one up there, I think, as well, Will.
Ooh, okay.
I've added 2 just recently. Maybe I missed one. No, because it popped up.
Oh, okay. There's no one. Okay, maybe that'll come through on Moldark here in a minute.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're 8. Someone said 7 followers away. When it pops
Holy
up.
moly.
So close, guys. So close I can taste it. So,
What does it
7
taste
minutes,
like?
7 followers. We got this.
it tastes good, man. It
Yeah.
tastes good. If you guys haven't followed yet, go ahead, get following. Get your Jensen scholars in here. Tell your D&D groups to make it happen. So, you see that there's basically kind of levers and contraptions. So you're invisible Ryuk, and you're flying into the kind of heart of the Albionite force. Is that the idea?
I mean, I don't want to be like right in the middle of everything, but like I said, I just want to kind of blend in as though, he obviously was one of the scouting ones because he was on the outskirts. So I, kind of doing the same thing he was doing, flying over the canyons, looking like I'm doing whatever his mission prior had been.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Absolutely. And thank the loudmouth Jay for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
So Ryuk leans forward and he says,
Gavin, if we blend in with the Albionite flying machines, we can wait till they are close to the trap, and we can use the bomb to explode one of their carts, furthering the chaos. I would wait till the last second to drop your bomb.
Yep, I just sort of, I don't turn back to look like I'm talking to him. I just sort of nod, knowing there's other folks behind me, and yep, that's.
So you hear like a tinny sound coming through from something on your like dash, and it's like,
what are you doing in this area? We thought you were surveying the outer canyons.
I go into it, and we're surveying multiple canyons. We've swung back in. We're going out for another pass, wanting to make a complete route of this to make sure everything is all areas are covered. There were reports that were some of the resistance working their way out from this main canyon. Wanted to make sure you didn't have any surprises. Over.
roll me a deception check.
Ooh, not deception.
Right, so, okay, guys, we're 6 followers away now. 6.
Nat 20!
So, oh my god, it's insane.
"Oh my god!"
So, yeah, you just, you're talking to it, and he's like,
Excellent job. You're in for a promotion.
Great, you do. I'll be in the service.
You're doing all of Elvian a service today.
It's awesome.
the Nat 20s today.
Just doing my job. Over now.
just
doing my
Doing
job.
my job.
You're like the John McClane of the Albionites, and you don't even know it. Oh man. Oh, those Nat 20s today have been ridiculous. So, yeah, you managed to work your way into back to the canyon, and you see the iron core is looming up in the mist in the distance, and you're kind of over the canyon, which your trap is probably about to be sprung in but a few minutes time here.
We just, the tension builds as we're hovering, and it keeps doing the quick switches. We see the court, we see people, grungs hiding down in the rocks. We see it's all those quick cuts from place to place. We'll wait, and as soon as they look like they're going to be trapped, then we drop the cow plop.
So Ryuk will point out which one to drop it on, because he can see the magical barriers.
Oh, right, yeah.
So he'll point out, and he actually points out whichever one is furthest back, like the last one.
The furthest what one back?
The furthest black powder
cards that they're bringing in with them. So we
Right,
have
okay.
explosion at the front. Well, I was gonna say we set up to have an explosion at the front and an explosion at the rear. Wouldn't we want the one in the middle?
Oh, we did do it at both ends of the cabin. Yeah.
So then basically we're waiting for them to get as many people in between as we can, so it's packed as much as possible.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
And then blow up, then we have this blow up right in the middle of them as giant shrapnel bomb. I mean, it's gonna be nasty.
Yeah. So he points out the whatever one he can find as like the centermost black powder carrier.
All right, and thank you to Scythe Burgon for following. Welcome to the event, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar, just 5 away. It's the final countdown.
The final count. Sorry.
Countdown. We might run over 5 minutes here, just so we're doing this kind of this last bit. So, so you're going for like kind of middle bomb, right?
Yeah, we're gonna go for the centermost.
So you realize that you're like getting to a you're getting to a point where you're like ready to drop it, but the problem is, how do you drop a bomb out of this thing?
The button. That's what I was saying. That's what I was
The
saying.
red button.
Yeah, the button.
That's what I was saying before we got in. That he has 3 buttons. One is the guns, one is the missiles, and one's the bomb. One's the plot bomb.
Yeah, whichever one says bomb on it.
And
well, luckily for you, there is a finely labeled bomb button.
Yeah.
And isn't there always? I mean,
it looks like a cow taking a shit. It's the one that's the one you want.
Clearly. Obviously.
Absolutely. And thank you to Twint Fiddlebottom for following. Welcome to the event, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Keep fiddling that bottom. We are 4 hours away from 9,000 and
keep fiddling that bottom.
Guys, go to Twitter right now and hashtag keep fiddling that bottom. Tell all your friends to join.
It's pretty catchy, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna go post my Discord right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So, so 4 away, guys. So close. We don't have time for a VD. We've got like 1 minute left. We'll carry it over to next week or something. I don't know. You drop the bomb into the middle of their forces. Actually, just before you do that, Ryk, you know that there is the magical field around this, which could actually still protect the cart itself. Is there anything that you can do to try and
you know what?
break it out?
You know what? He is going to, let's see, this, yeah. I mean, it says creature, but we'll see what happens. He is going to, where is the bomb located inside this helicopter thing?
In like the kind of like undercarriage.
Okay, can he access that from where he is?
Sure. You could like climb outside and
Is there
get
like a panel in the floor he can like rip open or move?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You
So like he wrenches in one of his ninjato and pulls it out. Casting this is gonna break his invisibility, but he leads down, puts his hand on top of the bomb, basically right where Gavin put his ring, his signet ring, and he hexes the bomb.
Oh, cool.
And hits the button.
That's
Nice.
cool.
roll me just roll me a dex check as you're doing this. You are fiddling with a bomb.
Yeah. Acrobatics? Does that work?
You're not the fiddlebot himself. Sure. An acrobatics will work.
Really? I have a plus goddamn 6. I rolled a 2 and a 1. So 8.
So you hex the bomb, but you start to hear this kind of
Of course.
as you do it, as you kind of like touch it.
Good. That's pretty much all my spells. I have nothing left. I could Misty Step and just leave Gavin to explode and die, but
Well, because what I
it's like a
can
real thing to do.
So we're trying to time this with the other explosions. So have the explosions at the front and rear gone off yet? Or are they like it's almost like we're in an initiative thing every 6 seconds. So in order,
you kind of see like the signal go up. It's probably like a smoke signal or something go up. That's about to happen. So you're like a few seconds away from that one happening.
So I'm gonna hold my action until I hear the first thing go off. Ryuk, do you say anything that you hear the ticking?
No, because he's Ryuk. So he reaches down, he X's the thing, hears the ticking, looks up, you can see like the shimmer come back, and you can probably see his face, or what you can see of his face look slightly concerned, but then he sees the smoke and hits the button to release it. He releases it early.
Oh, the early release.
Oh, the early release.
Yeah,
There's
early
nothing
release,
worse than the early
It
release.
happens to everyone, guys. It's sometimes you have a lot of build up, and then it was too much too quick, and then you had to release the bomb. Happens to everybody.
Right, guys, I'm not alone, right? So, sure, you do the early fiddle bottom release, and you manage to.
I've got an idea.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Just as bomb is releasing, I cast a spiritual weapon. But with the idea basically of that it's going, again, it's the hammer. I'm dropped basically right in front of the bomb. There's the hammer to hopefully hit the shield, maybe just even disrupt it a little bit. That between the hex and Signe's ring and everything that we've done, that somehow this bomb's going to make it through.
Roll me a religion check.
A religion check.
Pray your ass off.
Pray my ass off. I've got, I've already done sort of a necrotic thing. So yeah, no, this is to St. Cuthbert. It's like, you've always asked me to protect those who are weaker than myself. I need your help now. Let this bomb's aim be true. God, this is gonna be bad.
Oh my Christ!
And I roll a 1.
How are you a paladin with a -2 to religion?
Because he's wisdom. It's a religion is book learning. He's all about just doing good.
Oh, that's right.
That is, so you rolled just an unnatural one, or just?
Yeah,
No, I rolled a 3, but I have a -2 in religion because he's wisdom. He's not.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Religion, really? There's not like hope or something different. But okay, dice are on the table. That's what we are.
Yeah. So, unfortunately for you, also back to Life Ninja, but you're just 3 followers away from that 9K. The little ticker, and then a crimson blossom opens up in the sky, and we get the completely tease shot of, did they really die? Did they not? You're not sure. You see the gyrocopter falling from the sky, going down in a blaze of glory, and they're kind of Mayday on the radio. But you don't see the characters of Gavin and Ryuk actually kind of falling out of the sky, and that is where we're cutting the Samurai Sigil at that perfect moment, that cliffhanger.
God damn.
Episode 9 of the Samurai Sigil. We'll have to see next time what happens to these guys. We will definitely have to see. So we are just 3 followers away from 9,000 followers, folks. What's up, Gatormouth? How's it going? So I feel like we need to find some inspirational music together.
I mean, I feel like Highway to the Danger Zone is the outro to this song after that.
Unfortunately, we're on relaxing Japanese music, so I don't have anything to pull up.
I'll shoot you something. So there you go. So 9,000. When we hit that dreaded powerful anime field number, we do have a poll on Twitter as to what event will happen, because we tend to do special events when we hit the thousands. So we have the options currently on the poll are, what do we have? The chat plays 12-hour game, an anime-themed one-shot, a DM roulette in which we switch around, or a corset stream. Currently on 38 votes. Winning is a DM roulette, which I think would be quite interesting. Here is the status. But
Finbar DM, the anime one.
That would be good. He is the most anime of them all. It's true.
It's true.
So it's a surprise second 24-hour stream. So guys, there are only a few times in history that the stream becomes over 9,000 gentlemen and scholars strong. It's only these moments don't come too often, you know. In fact, they come only once. This is a very special occasion, which hopefully we're about to see here. So go vote in the poll. Also, if you haven't followed yet, hit that follow button and join us. Only 3 people need to make accounts or have accounts and make it happen until one of these terrible events actually occurs. So I do need Finbar. I'll get Finbar in for the anime one if it wins, absolutely. So if you have a friend out there who plays D&D, if you have a mum who might love you, or a dog who has some incredibly posable thumbs and who can create a Twitch account to follow Encounter Roleplay, now is the hour. Riders of Rohan. Seals you have shaken. Oh my, another 24 maybe though. I don't know what the entire speech is, but there will come a day. A day may come where we lose all bonds of gentlemen and scholars, and we forsake our oaths of dongers. Today is not that day, my friends. Today is not that day. This day, we become conjoined mass of over 9,000 folk, which is, imagine if you put all of us into a room, we would fill out a fucking huge stadium, guys. Do I remember this? Let me look. So, I urge you, go and... I do, go 2,000, oh my god, yeah, I remember that screenshot. So, 12-hour chat play, hopefully. So, if you have a friend out there, go and tell them, go scream at them right now until they listen to you, until maybe they're not your friend anymore, but it doesn't matter because they become a gentleman and a scholar. If you know any creature out there who's like, you know what, actually, I'm sick of being just a person. I'm sick of being Chad from the bus stop who sits there every day with no meaning in my life other than just sitting at this bus stop and not being gentle or being a scholar. Go find Chad. Go out to your bus stop right now. Grab him and say, Chad, do you know what? You're more than this, Chad. You're more than just bus stop Chad. You could be... you could be a gentleman. You could be a scholar. You could have purpose in life. You could shy the buffalo shit and just do it. Hopefully, there's a small chance that Chad might listen to that advice and become over 9,000. So, can we do it? Mike, do you believe?
I believe in bus stop chat.
You believe in bus stop chat? You do?
I do.
Oh.
I do. Guys, go get your bus stop chads. Each one of you has
there's Templar Dog.
Each one of you has a bus stop chad in your life. Go get that bus stop chad. Bring him here.
Thank you to Timber Dog for following. You're a gentle dog and a scholar. My god. 2 away! 2 bus stop chads are needed, my friends.
Yep.
Only 2 of them. Everyone in their life has a bus stop chad. Tall Squall, do you believe?
I believe in bus stop Chad.
I do as well. I think that there's still hope out there for Chad in his life. He could become gentle, become scholarly. 2 away. Let's get bus stop Chad trending on Twitter. I wonder if that's actually an account on Twitch somewhere, you know? Like, someone actually has...
say, bus stop Chad better be following, like, in the next 2 minutes, or...
Yeah, I swear to God. I swear
Seriously.
to God. Yeah. Let's see. Can I look at the main site? Here is the website. Absolutely. You just have to believe. It's just a matter of believing, guys.
It's just a bus stop away.
It's just 1 bus stop away right now.
Buy that bus ticket. Get on that bus, Chad. This is your time, Chad. Get on the bus. Join us. Join Will.
The price of 1 bus ticket.
You could save a bus stop. It's only 1 bus stop chat away. In fact, 2. But yeah. It's that I believe. Come on, Chad. We know you exist. We know,
I know you're out there.
we love
Switching
you. Thank
cables.
you. Switching cables for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Oh my God, Chad.
Okay, Bus Stop Chad better be your 5,000th follower.
9,000, yeah.
9,000th follower should be Bus Stop Chad. The honor should always be that of Bus Stop Chad, who stepped up.
That honor is forever his. He has earned it. It is his birthright.
It is his birthright. He was destined to be, as he sat there lonely at the bus stop in the rain, just waiting for someone to show up and ask.
Chad, get on the bus, Chad. You can do this. All you need to do is believe in yourself, Chad. You are real. You do exist. You're someone worth fighting for. It's something worth fighting for. Someone worth believing in, Chad. And you know what? We believe in you because we're going to embrace you into our arms here today, into our dongs. This is all that we hold dear right here is you, Chad. All you need to do is get on this bus, buy that ticket, and believe in yourself. Love yourself.
Does Greg the Grung believe in Bus Stop
Does
Chad?
Greg the Grung believe? Ask yourself, do you believe in love? Chad, I will slap you if you are not on this bus. Chad, please. We know it can happen. Switching cables is followed. Something more fighting for, like 12-hour chat plays. 12-hour chat.
Bus Stop Chad has joined the adventure.
Oh my God.
Thank you to Bus Stop Chad and to all of you who in your heart are Bus Stop Chad.
Oh my God, everyone is truly a Chad. Thank you, Chad. You're a gentle Chad and a scholar. Let's get some ERP gents. Let's get them in that chat as we've hit over 9,000. PogChamp, my friend. Guys, what a journey. What a journey it has been. What an adventure Chad has had reaching here today. Weary, bloodied, battered and bruised, Chad arrives at his bus stop after having made the journey. Thank you to Dogman for following as well. You're also a gentleman and a scholar. You're a bus stop Chad today, my friend. You are so
little Bus Stop Chad.
We're truly inside of us. We are 9,000. Usually, we do have that poll up as well. If you guys want to, go ahead and give us a vote on the poll as to what you want to happen at 9K. What happens sometime this month of December. Thank you so much. So do we bang now? Absolutely. It's over 9,000. The power levels are ridiculous, my friends. I feel the power flowing through me. Usually we say a few words at this point. Let's take a moment to do some dong touching, tip touching. Bus Stop Dad has followed. Welcome, Bus Stop Dad, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Chad brought some company. He's not alone. He has family now. So Mike, you reckon it's been a year now that we've been shenaniganing?
Yeah, so I did the math. Like I said at the last episode of Summer Sims, I did the math, and in 2 weeks, in like the 20-something of December, this will be 1 year that I've played every Monday with Encounter Roleplay. And it's been over a year since I was on. I think I was on one of your very first 24-hour streams.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a long goddamn journey. Back when Mitch was here all the time, Corbin was here all the time.
Yeah.
Encounter James was here all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, God, yeah.
All kinds of crazy crew. So a year straight of Monday role playing.
Crazy.
When I met Will, he was a fresh-faced, baby little 19-year-old. Look at him now.
I think I might have been 18 when he first met me. Actually.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
I was clean-shaven, even shaggier haired.
Yeah.
Cool kid.
Will made me feel old. He was the first person to make me feel genuinely old. Because I realized I had been playing D&D for almost his entire life.
Yeah.
This is a rough day for me.
Yeah. Oh man. And Tool School, do you have any feelings you'd like to share with us at this point?
Well, I'm kind of new to this, to the Encounter Roleplay. Heck, I mean, we're actually at the end of truly my first journey, because it actually all started with Gavin in Low Candle, in my one-shot. That was my first one-shot, was with Gavin in Low Candle. So it is it's been a heck of a ride. It's been a lot of fun to be able to join in and see all of the insanity, to be part of the fun. I mean, I will say that D&D sort of really kind of got me re-inspired into my own creativity, and a lot of things that when I went into mechanical engineering, I left a lot of my creative arts behind, and writing and all that type of stuff. So it's helped me to sort of get back in touch with that. So it's really been great. And speaking of old people, I do literally have dice older than Will. So from back when I was playing, when it was a big deal that second edition came out, I remember waiting at my local game store to go get my copy of second edition. So it the days of THAC0. So to find this again after basically almost 20 years off, and have as much fun sharing someone like Gavin with all of you guys, and more hopefully characters and worlds to come. It's an amazing thing. So I just want to say thanks to Will for letting me be a part of this, and to continue to be a part of it, and that we can bring hopefully some enjoyment to you guys out there. And dude, congratulations, you deserve it. You have powered through this for the last 9,000 follows, and your power's over 9,000 now. So
thank you, my friend. Thank you. That's 9,001 times that I've said you are a gentleman and a scholar, at least now. So that's quite crazy to think of. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I mean, when we started this, it was a group of a couple of friends of mine just looking to play D&D and streaming it to the internet. And now here I am, a year and a half later. This is the full-time job. I'm in the new year. I'm employing 2 people to work the company. We're going to I broke things. We're going to ever greater, more powerful futures as one. And I just you guys to thank, because we have such a wonderful community here. I mean, the D&D community as a whole I found to be absolutely amazing, creative, and lovely people. But especially in Encounter Roleplay, I feel like we've created a really nice space for people, and where you guys can be yourselves, be goof off, and also have some serious times in playing D&D. From the very first stream to where we are now, I feel like we've come such a huge way. It's kind of crazy. Like, you guys have are watching me grow up. It's weird. Like, I look back at my early stream and like I am a kid, and now I'm just a slightly bigger kid. But it's weird because some of you guys, you talk to me every day. We hang out. You guys are some of my best friends, and from getting to play with such wonderful creative people, I want to thank everybody who's ever been on a stream on Encounter Roleplay, either just one stream once, viewer play if you've just played in chat, or if you're a regular cast member, or anything at all. You guys are wonderful. You make the channel what it is, and your creative content and abilities are what make this what it is, I think. And I'm just here to hit the stream button most of the time, and the rest of the work is done by you guys and the chat as well. The interactive community, I feel, is so great, and that you guys get to add in your own creative content just as a chat room is something that I truly believe in, and will we're carrying a man. I can't see it now. I doubt that will ever happen, guys, don't worry. But I mean, we're coming up on, in fact, it has been 9 months since I've been doing this full time, which is scary to think, because I remember on a 24-hour stream being like, "Mom, I'm gonna play D&D for a job," and 9 months later, it turns out it wasn't actually such a terrible idea. And I have you guys to thank for that, for crazy donations, Patreon support, subscription support, because they are what keep me going. Literally paying rent, flying to America, living this life, and getting to play in D&D, and just try and entertain you guys every day. It's something that I love. It's something that I always want to keep doing. Someone sent in an email the other day like, "Well, you play so much D&D, you're gonna get so burnt out. Are you ever gonna stop streaming?" And the plan is, whatever happens, to never stop streaming in some capacity, even 20 years down the line when I'm old and dying. because my body can't support playing D&D for any longer. I still will be streaming D&D at some point or another, and I'd be involved in this. It's crazy, it's wonderful, and I don't think you guys know truly how much this means to me that I get to do this every day, because usually I'm goofing off and being silly, but I really do love you guys. I mean, you make it what it is. I wouldn't turn up every day if I didn't want to do this, and if you guys weren't really fun and just cool to hang out with. I've made some of the greatest friends I have by playing D&D and doing this stream, and there's so many creators that I want to thank as well. I mean, the list would go on forever, but some notable names. Obviously, Mike, incredible channel. If you guys don't follow Mike yet, !ER, this man's a tank. We played for over a year. I think, Mike, we're probably the oldest couple, the oldest couple of stream, like someone on the stream that's been not actually like live encounter. I think probably.
Yeah. I think at this point in time, with the amount of different cast members that are officially part of Encounter, I may have streamed more than some of the actual cast members.
Yeah, I think
I met Will when you first started streaming. Like, you were streaming for maybe like 2 or 3 months before I messaged you and I was like, hey, you do D&D, I want to do D&D, let's touch tips. And he was like, done. So we've been touching tips ever since. It's been a good time.
Absolutely, yeah. You guys need to check out Mike. He's one of wonderful peoples, and so much help over the past year. God, that's fucking crazy, man. Yeah. Of course, Tall Squirrel as well. So you're here, my friend. Absolutely awesome. That episode of Gavin's origin story that we did together was one of my most memorable moments of the past. Probably like the past D&D games in this year, if not ever. That was.
It was incredible. I mean, for me as well. So, I mean, like I said, I mean, if I wasn't hooked before to this format, that certainly let me realize that I could have just as much emotion through a stream format as sitting around a table format. Because that was kind of one of my concerns of getting into streaming, whether you could really have those same depth of emotion. But Gavin and Origin, certainly. I mean, it's pinned to the top of my Twitter account. But I mean, even like the moment today that with the riding the Sasquatch, even though it was kind of silly, but just there's nothing better than having a natural 20 pop up when you need it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's incredible.
Unfortunately, the natural one here at the end, we might all be dead, but that's part of it too.
Yeah.
We'll be dead in the morning, but
Yeah, 9,000 next 9 minutes. Well, I actually remember making a joke, like we, when there were like 50 followers or something, I said, oh, we'll do that when we hit 9,000 to something silly someone said in chat, and now here we are. It's ridiculous. It really is such a weird feeling. Also, I want to thank Trainsy TV is awesome creator. If you guys, Trainsy from the Thursday streams, the 24 hours and everything, but Trainsy is a very close friend of mine, and not only just in playing D&D, but he is, guru when it comes to Twitch stuff for me. Whenever I get a chance to sit down with him and chat about stuff, he's offered me some incredible advice in the past, and I just want to take a moment to thank him for everything that he's done for the channel. He's, even though he's only on one stream a week, he's been very influential in forming the channel as it is now, more so than you guys might realize. Mitch, you guys are going to be seeing Mitch again in the new year. If you don't remember him, but Mitch is one of the members of Encounter Roleplay, kind of founding fathers, I suppose, kind of joined him. Absolutely amazing guy. He's my personal kind of hero when it comes to D&D, and my go-to uncle figure for advice when it comes to the stupid things that I try and do. I want to thank Mitch. You guys are going to see him soon. You're going to love him. But yeah, shout out to Mitch for that. Thanks to Canfolks for following as well, my friend. Thank you, dude. Mythomatic, or Cord, as his real name is. Again, incredibly influential in getting us to where we are here now. I don't feel like we would be here at this point now in time if Myth hadn't been such a great part of the process, maybe 6 to 8 months ago. I've got him to thank for a lot of the ideas of the interactive elements, and just being such a wonderful creator and friend as well over the past year and a half, I suppose. Good Lord. Josh as well, even though he sadly couldn't be here today. Josh is almost in every single game over the past year and a half. He's been there since day one, and he's I'm the only one that's still here, full time doing stuff. Other people have commitments and stuff, but Josh has always found time. He's a wonderful role player, incredible DM, creative guy, and such a positive person to be around. That he just brings, happiness and entertainment personified. That man, and I have so much respect and incredulity for the sheer amount of positivity which Josh finds in his life. Is quite inspirational. I don't know how else to thank, but there are so many names that come to mind. Every single creator who's been a part of this process. I mean, I'm becoming emotional thinking about it all. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new year. I've got so many changes coming to the channel in the new year. So many great opportunities for you guys to get involved in the channel, and for the channel to grow in the future. I feel like feedback which you guys gave me in that feedback form, there was so much feedback there, and I've taken as much of it as possible as I can and put it into practice. So coming the new year, we're going to see a whole host of changes, and those watching on YouTube as well should see a vast markup in quality, because we have a new video editor who's going to be coming in and doing all of the video editing. So that process should be much greater. We're going to have a new website manager as well. There's going to be articles every week, modules, downloads. There's so many things coming. I'll have to make a full video about it. But this is an early Christmas present for me. When I said my goal for this year, because I tend to set myself goals to try and make, my goal for this year was I'm going to hit 7,000 followers within 2016. And we've just destroyed the goal. So I am, overwhelmed by the support and just how much momentum this has seemed to gain behind it. So thank you guys. I will stop rambling on. I know I've been going for way too long, so I apologize for that. But thank you guys for staying. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being such a wonderful audience. Yeah, we are changing to a food channel primarily, making dong-based food. But yeah. I love you guys. You're incredible. I'm going to be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday, so we have Skag's Game Dawnbreaker, followed by Tinker's Tale tomorrow, 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. I am unfollow on 2,000 games. I'm humbled by your wonderful support. Yeah, one start. No, I dropped like $1,000 on the computer. We've got a new PC. I'm just happened to be in a different room at this point. So thank you guys. Incredible support. Love you all. And yeah, until next time. Try not to roll too many nat ones, I guess, because I want to be a laughing when you do. See you guys soon. Bye.
Congrats, Will.
Thanks, man.